What is up, hooligans? And happy freedom. Welcome to another episode of Coffee with Hooligans, where we try to make the news suck a little less. I appreciate all of you guys being here. If you're over on Rumble, please hit that like button. More likes equals more hooligans. Gonna read through the schedule really quick, and then we will be checking on all the chats. So let me know how you hooligans are doing today. Then, of course, we will be getting things started. First, I want to give a huge shout out to Uncle Sam Autos. Thank you so much for the PayPal. I really appreciate all the support. Thank you. We're going to be starting off with this first video, Big Scary Measles. It's titled, New Measles Cases Spreading Across the United States. They're telling you it's really scary, and then they have a doctor on here saying, no, there's not really anything to worry about. But then the reporter's like, oh, those anti-vaxxers, they're going to get you killed, blah, blah. So yeah, the normies, they're getting fear-mongered right now about measles. Then we got a video titled, GOP Lawmakers Unveils Bill to Defund Left-Wing Propaganda. Apparently they're trying to pass a bill, so we're cutting funds to news like PBS, people that we already know are pushing propaganda. I don't think we should be paying tax dollars to any news media. I just don't. I don't understand why this stuff is government funded. Anyways, then we got a video titled, where's the beginning of this? Caroline Leavitt says Musk's DOGE is looking into groups Stacey Abrams worked for in her parking lot press briefing. So we were talking about that yesterday, about how White House media is not doing very well, and we're kind of talking about why don't we have press briefings more often. Well, it's because she's doing them from the parking lot like every day. I don't know why she's doing that. Why not have a real press briefing? But either way, I decided to grab one just in case you've never seen a parking lot presser from Caroline Leavitt. Then I got a video title, Governor Ron DeSantis creates DOGE task force in Florida. I think this is a good idea, and I wish they would do it for Michigan. I wish they cared this much about our elections. You know, they should look into the integrity of that. But, you know, it's a good start. That's pretty interesting. We'll see how that goes with Ron DeSantis DOGE. Then we got some clips here from the cabinet meeting from earlier today. We got a clip with J.D. Vance speaking at the meeting, and then we got another clip with Elon Musk speaking at the meeting. Then we got a video titled, there may be reasons that Dan Crenshaw doesn't like Tucker Carlson. This is a compilation video of Tucker Carlson talking bad about Dan Crenshaw. So I guess there could be reasons why Dan Crenshaw is a little pissy with Tucker Carlson. Then we got a video titled, Suspect Wanted for Assaulting a Man in Aliquippa, VFW in Custody. Now they talk about this guy rough, because he looks pretty rough. But he beat the shit out of a pedophile, and, you know, I'm just not that mad at him, so I just figured we just put that on. That's like a week old, but it doesn't matter. You know, this guy's a hero. Then we got a video titled, State Representative Looks to End Same-Sex Marriage. That's happening here in Michigan. I don't really know what caused this, but they're trying to do away with it, so there's no more same-sex marriage in Michigan. It's just something that's happening here. Then we got a video titled, Growing Threat, Texas Rancher Killed by Suspected Cartel IED. They're turning the border into Iraq. We'll see if they actually do anything about it. The White House needs to declare the Mexican cartels as terrorists. That's what they should do, but as far as I know, they have not done that. Then the last little bit of the news is Lefties Losing It. It's titled, Don Lemon plunges further into lefty oblivion after message from Megyn Kelly. Like I said, it's Lefties Losing It, so it's a plethora of the lefties losing their marbles. Then we'll be getting into the fun stuff. We'll be opening today's door from the Advent calendar that was sent to us by Josh1776. And then we will be covering our funny videos of the day. First one's titled, It Wasn't Me, I swear. And then our official funny video of the day is titled, You Can't Take Us Hooligans Anywhere. All of that's coming up next, but first we're going to read through the chat and see how you hooligans are doing today. What day is it? Is it Friday? Oh, it's Wednesday. I was close. What's up, everyone, over on jeffmaclive.com. What's up, Turbo? What's up, Zero? What's up, Dan the Man? What's up, Snooks? Happy freedom, you hooligans. Appreciate all of you guys being on the website. And what is up, everyone, over on Rumble? Snooks, you were first today. And I appreciate you racing the chat and everything you do for all of us, Snooks. What's up, MU? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Screaming Eagle? Appreciate you being here. What's up, Zupia? What's up, Giggling Spy? What's up, Tree Herder? Happy freedom. I think we got everybody in one go. Hit that like button over on Rumble. See if you can get us on the front page. What's up, Break a Leg? Happy freedom. Made it right at the beginning. And what is up, everyone over on Kick? Happy freedom to you. And what is up, everyone over on Twitch? What's up, Master Meatball? What's up, Tony Rich? Happy freedom to you. And what is up, everyone over on the communism platform? Toy Mafia, you were first over here. What's up, John S? What's up, Mike Ingalls? What's up, Damn It Janet? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Wet Blanket? What's up, Agent O? What's up, Coin? What's up, Salty Ginger? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Nicole? What's up, Squish? Appreciate all of you hooligans being here. Make sure you hit that like button over on YouTube. It's like a big old fuck you to those commies. And what is up, everyone over on X? Tony Rich, appreciate you being omnipresent. Happy freedom to you. All right, so I will say, I forgot to mention this in the schedule. I do have a live pulled up from Fox Live now because yesterday they notified us about President Trump signing executive orders, although they don't play it live. No one does. They play you a pre-recorded video, which I do not like at all. But I got them pulled up because they have a live saying President Trump signs executive orders at the White House live soon. Now, according to President Trump's public schedule, he was supposed to be signing executive orders, I believe, at 3 o'clock. Let me get it pulled up really quick here. Public schedule. Yes, 3 p.m. Eastern time, President Trump was supposed to be signing executive orders to the closed press, which is where they do their recordings at. I assume that it happened on schedule, if Fox here is going to be showing it. But either way, I got this pulled up. So if President Trump pops on the screen signing executive orders, we'll give him priority. He'll be on the screen. Don't you worry. You're not going to miss anything. But until that happens, we're going to go ahead and get into this first video of the day here with this new measles case spreading across the United States. News Nation's telling you to shit your bed and be real scared. Go outside and buy some toilet paper or something. I'm not sure. But either way, be very afraid that you're going to die from the measles. Now, before we get into that, I want to remind you hooligans really quick that we have these epic winning t-shirts. Now, this design was created by Alistair, and Alistair is a badass in just about everything he does. So I will be posting his link in all of the chats for you hooligans to have your opportunity to be able to hire him for your creative needs, because if you think it, he can create it. Now, this design does come in shirts for men, shirts for women, tank tops for men, tank tops for women, pull-over hoodies, zipper hoodies, coffee mugs, stickers, dog tags, and we even made tumblers out of this design. Today I got on the Hooligan 2A t-shirt. We got lots of items and lots of designs over at the merch store. I'll be dropping all the links in the chats while we're watching this first video.
Welcome back, everybody. Vaccinations are taking center stage as the number of measles cases are on the rise. In Texas alone, the measles outbreak has grown to more than 120 cases across 9 different counties. And the Texas Department of State Health Services is reporting that 2 more patients have now been hospitalized. News Nation Now anchor Anna Koyman joins us this morning. Anna, have any other states seen cases like this recently?
Good morning, Marky. We are following this one very closely, and the number of cases is escalating rapidly across the United States just in this last week. The virus is now in Alaska, California, Georgia, New Jersey, New Mexico, New York City, Rhode Island, and Texas. Now, with 93 cases of the measles reported on February the 20th, that was 6 days ago, and today there are at least 124 cases in Texas alone. And that number could easily go up. Texas state health officials are taking the lead and say this is the worst outbreak they've had in that state in 3 decades. The U.S. Centers for Disease Control, or of course the CDC, is providing technical assistance, they say, laboratory support, and vaccines as needed. Measles, as we know, is an incredibly contagious respiratory virus. It causes painful rashes, and in some cases, infection can cause pneumonia, blindness, brain swelling, and even death. A pediatrician we spoke with does remind us that populations with high vaccination rates, above 95%, have herd immunity, meaning the disease is harder to spread.
I don't think there is a major concern that it's going to be a pandemic like we saw in coronavirus. Most people are vaccinated or had measles, so the likelihood of it spreading in that way is pretty small. We've had many smaller-ish outbreaks in the last 10, 20 years, and they generally don't get huge.
The newly minted Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. hasn't publicly spoken, Marky, about this measles outbreak. RFK has been branded a vaccine skeptic, and his positions have caused concern, particularly because of the growing vaccine hesitancy in the U.S. following the COVID pandemic. RFK supporters, though, say his positions just further the conversation about doing more long-term research on vaccines. Marky?
Just awful to see these photos, the videos of these kids who are currently dealing with the measles. Anna Koyman, thank you so much. Thanks for watching it.
So like I said, be real scared of the measles. They're out here telling all the normies they're going to die, but then they put a doctor on there, a pediatrician. He's like, nah, it's probably not going to gain any traction. It's most people are vaccinated for it, so it's not going to really go anywhere. It's not going to be a pandemic. And then the reporters get back on and they're like, you're probably going to die tomorrow from this. And it's like, okay, whatever you say, News Nation. So they do some sleight of hands with words here. I was sitting here writing down things while I was watching this. They refer to 93 cases across the U.S. And then they turn around and say, but now, 6 days later, there's 124 cases just in Texas. Okay? So 31 new cases in 6 days across the U.S., but we're just going to talk about Texas, where they have a bigger population than everyone. Okay. So they're doing sleight of hands with words. They're trying to make it sound scarier than it is. And that was right before putting the doctor on the screen, who's like, yeah, you don't have to worry about this. This is going to be a bunch of nothing. And then they go out there and spend the rest of the video talking about anti-vaxxers and saying how Bobby Kennedy or Bobby Jr., he's the leader. He's the leader of the anti-vaxxers, and he's out there saying, do this, that, and the other. Oh, okay. It's Bobby Jr.'s fault. It's so stupid. The whole video is so stupid. So like I said, when you go to Walmart and you see all the normies out here wearing masks, now you know why. They're scared of the measles that they don't have to be scared of. Maybe we'll deport the measles. Just tell them that. They'll like that. Anyways, next up, GOP lawmakers unveils bill to defund left-wing propaganda. Now they're talking about like PBS and media like that. They're going to defund them because they're just spreading propaganda. They're working against America first. So I don't think that the government should be funding any of that kind of stuff because it's all biased. It's all biased. Even if they were funding Fox or whatever, it would still be biased. There's no unbiased news out there. So I don't think they should be wasting tax dollars on it. There's plenty of people who want to provide the news. I don't think we need it to be tax funded, but that's just my opinion. It's coming up next, but first we're going to read through the chat, see what you hooligans think about News Nation telling everyone they're going to die from measles while showing a doctor who says you're not going to die from measles. Silly people. And like I said, I got this live pulled up here, so if President Trump decides to get on the screen and sign some executive orders, we're going to be covering that. What's up, Jay Spray? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Zero? Happy freedom to you. Zero G, where were all the unvaxxed illegals? Yeah, and that's probably where it's coming from, because as far as I know, we're all like vaxxed for it when we're kids. I've never heard of anybody catching the measles. Supia RFK spoke on this earlier. Every year there's dozens of these outbreaks in the U.S., although it'd probably be worse this year with illegals not being vaxxed as normal to an extent. Yeah, Supia. It's like catching the flu, or the common cold, right? How come they don't put the numbers of the common cold on there? It'd be thousands. It'd be hundreds of thousands, maybe even millions of people catching the cold every day, because that's what happens. It's normal, especially when the weather changes and stuff. So, yeah, fear-mongering. What's up, Puffin Stuff? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Tony Rez? Happy freedom to you. You hooligans, make sure you hit that like button. Gotta get those numbers up before the president gets on the screen. Break a leg, all lies. Yeah. They're just trying to scare the normies. Screaming Eagle. Damn illegals bringing back disease. Yeah. What's up, Pumpkin? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Rappy? What's up, neighbor guy? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Mr. B New? Libby Racer, I started itching yesterday. And we should talk about lice. Let's talk about the lice pandemic. All of us would be sitting here scratching our noggin for the rest of the news. Got these cheeseburgers, man. What's up, Zeus Boot? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Gizzard? Happy freedom. What's up, Scott? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Mr. Satan? What's up, Dictum? Happy freedom. Difference is, back in the day, they were real vaccines, not laced with mRNA. Yeah, and they say that a lot of that stuff has mercury in it and whatever, and causes problems and whatnot, which maybe it does. I don't know. But they're always trying to compare the old jabs that all of us got versus what they did with C-19, right? And we already know that stuff went through Project Warp Speed. They didn't test it over a long period of time. They just created some juice and started handing it out to everybody and even mandating it. So obviously there's a difference, but according to the news, there is no difference. If you refuse to get the flu shot, you're an anti-vaxxer. You've never been vaccinated your whole life. You're just a liar. And you want to kill grandma. I'm like, oh, okay. Name calling. What's up, Dennis? What's up, Vinny C? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Mr. Coffee? What's up, Robert? Just keeping an eye on this live over here. Neighbor guy, you are omnipresent. I appreciate you. All right, hooligans, we're going to get into this next one. Like I said, GOP lawmakers unveils, I don't know why I keep wanting to say unalives, unveils bill to defund left-wing propaganda. Now, I think this is a good idea, but I personally think that we shouldn't be funding any media because they're all a bunch of liars. Either way, hit that like button over on Rumble as well as the CommuTube, and let's get into this.
Well, for years, conservatives have been complaining about taxpayer funds going to the left-leaning news operations of public radio and public TV. But their hooks are in the Beltway establishment so deep that they've proved almost impossible to dislodge. Now, Republican lawmakers have a new plan to cut the cord from federal tax dollars. Here to tell us about her new bill is New York Congresswoman Claudia Tenney. Great to see you. Thank you for being here. So explain how your new bill would work.
Well, first of all, as a former newspaper owner and publisher, I very much understand how important it is to get the news and get the facts. But these organizations have become purveyors of advocacy and not accuracy, and they're not giving us facts. They're giving us a lot of propaganda, and that's why I put in a bill, co-sponsored along with Senator Mike Lee in the Senate, to defund the propaganda machines that have become NPR and the PBS. And we've got to do that because all this money is going in to actually promote a liberal agenda, and that is not fair to the American public. We're doing exactly what DOGE wants us to do. We're finding the fraud, abuse, and waste in these organizations. And David, I'll just give you an example. The DEI director at the PBS stations makes over $400,000 a year in a government job. All right, we don't need a DEI director, nor do we need to have our government money go to pay for what has now become propaganda for the left. And that's what these stations, unfortunately, have become, instead of purveyors of facts and news.
By the way, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, that that's more than what cabinet secretaries make. I believe that's true. I may be wrong in that. But, they always push back and say, look, we get less than 1% of our funding from the federal government. We could survive without it. But what they don't tell you is that 31% of NPR's revenue comes from programming fees that are paid by member stations, and those stations get about 10% of their money from the federal government. So it's all intertwined. It starts with money coming from the federal government and weeds its way down into NPR.
Well, right. And also it's closer to 15 or 20%, not 1%. But the other thing that they also do is, organizations like George Soros's foundations are funding groups to actually put out propaganda to take an advocacy position, and they're not disclosing that. So if you want to turn on, a CNN, a Fox News, or whatever, you know what you're getting. I mean, you know that you want to see what their viewpoint is, and in many cases, you're going to get very much a level playing field. With this is our money. That's a different thing. When you're using our taxpayer dollars to promote a liberal agenda, where 67 or 70% of their audience now are people that describe themselves as liberal or very liberal. Contrast that to about 20 or 30 years ago, where only about 20% did. So that, all this government money has moved them far to the left. So we're not getting an unvarnished opinion. We're not getting a balanced news. We're not getting facts. We're getting propaganda from the left. And that's why we need to DOGE this.
Yeah, Congressman, I want to switch gears to what's going to be happening.
All right, defunding public media because they're too damn biased. Now, I don't know how that's going to fight against what Obama did, because Obama did something that made it so it was legal for news stations to promote propaganda. This is only talking about public news stations like PBS and stuff like that. So I think it's a step in the right direction, but I just really don't see the point in having tax-funded media at this point. I feel like people want to be the media. This is, a doorway of employment and things like that. People want to do it. So I understand if we were in a position where there was just no news and they want to be able to communicate with we the people, right? We'd have tax-funded news. But at this point, I don't think we need it. I think the snowball's already rolling down the mountain here. I think they might as well just pull that tax money and use it to bigger and better things. It's just my opinion, but I'm not impressed with PBS or any of these other public stations. I don't never hear anybody bragging about watching that crap and how good it is or anything even like that. So it's kind of like a waste of tax dollars, it seems to me. Either way, next up we have Caroline Leavitt says Musk's DOGE is looking into the group Stacey Abrams worked for. Now, this is Caroline Leavitt doing a parking lot press briefing, and I don't know why she does this, but she does, and she does it quite often. So we grabbed today's. It's coming up next, but first we're going to read through the chat, see what you hooligans think about GOP lawmakers trying to pass a bill to defund left-wing propaganda, and do you think that it's worth wasting tax dollars on at all? Mr. B. New, Doge needs to fix Taco Bell. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Bobby DEI, hookers are the worst. Yeah, those are the ones you got to worry about having wieners. What's up, Poetic? Happy freedom to you. Mr. B. New, I like when Taco Bell made a decent Mexican pizza. I don't even know what that is. What's up, Free Thinking Texan? Happy freedom to you. Break a leg, there's measles weasels. Don't tell them that. What's up, AR16? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Extra Bill? Cash Flow, happy freedom to you. Did you hear about what someone did at Apple? They coded when you do a voice search and you say racist, it says Trump racist. Yeah, I seen that. Somebody tagged me in a video with Alex Jones, and I wish they would have made the video a little bit more clear, but it seems like, yeah, if you go to type in racist, it suggests the President Trump, the Trump name or whatever. Yeah, I'm not surprised at that at all. Google was like that for a long time. But if it gets called out, they'll go in, they'll say, oh, it was a mistake. That was just an accident. And then they'll undo it or whatever. I remember it was really bad. Even like during the election, right? There was a whole bunch of news titles that were connected to the Harris campaign that shouldn't have been happening, but it was happening. And what they say, oh, it was an accident. That was just an accident. And all these accidents always seem to be working against the Trump agenda. It's been that way forever. And so I'm not surprised that Apple's doing that. What's really interesting is that Apple just pledged that they were going to give $500 billion or something to the U.S. government for the economy or some goofy shit to fund a better America. And then they turn around and do that. And President Trump was just shouting them out. I think it was yesterday. Was just talking about how grateful he is to the CEO of Apple for making that pledge of that money and all that stuff, and then they turn around and do that. So yeah, not surprised. Gizzard, some have a hard time with the internet. I mean, that's true. Public radio should be 100% non-biased. Yeah, Gizzard, I just don't know how they can make... So, like, the government pays for media. The people who are covering the media, how could they be told to be not biased? Because their employer is the government, and the government can't tell you what you can and can't say because of our freedom of speech. There's certain instances where you can trample somebody's freedom of speech, and there's nothing they can do about it. But when it comes to the government or a police officer or any kind of authority like that, they can't silence you. They can't tell you what you can and can't say. So I don't know how they could make a public media where they could force the people to be unbiased who are working at that agency. You know what I mean, that company. So I just don't see how they could do that, because they would be controlling someone's free speech. So I just don't think there's a path to victory. I just don't. And I wish there was, right? Because then we could have, for certain, unbiased news. But there's just no way to make it happen. It'd have to be a private company, like Fox or something like that, and they'd have to say, okay, you're going to say accurate news or we're going to fire you. There's nothing against free speech with that, because you don't have to work at that company. So your free speech doesn't apply there. So really, we should be getting more unbiased news from non-public news than from the public news, because the public news is really the only news that can't be told what to say. So I think they should just defund the public media. Gizzard, have different shows with different political views. Well, that's why we got Fox and CNN now. But I don't know. I don't think there's a way to justify public tax or tax dollars being for public media and stuff like that, because it's going to be biased. Master Meatball, there's too much opinion in the news. Yeah. It's because a lot of times there isn't anything to cover. So it's easier to grab a story and twist it to be something bad than it is to just talk about a boring story every day. They're like ambulance chasers, but if there ain't no ambulance, they gotta lie about the ambulance being there. Hey, you know, local news here in New Mexico are complaining about the deports. Yeah, there's a lot of people complaining about deportations and stuff, but it doesn't make any sense. What's so great about having those people here? What's up, Tyson? Happy Freedom. Anyone else disappointed by the lack of deportations and that the cartel is still at work? I mean, it's hard to say how much they're even deporting people, because the first couple of weeks they were constantly telling us, oh, this is how many people have been arrested, this is how many people have been deported, this is how many people are going to shelters or being flown to facilities and stuff like that. And then all that got real quiet. It got real quiet. The last I heard, they arrested 90 people in Texas. Well, that's real short from 25 million. What I'm disappointed at is that they're allowing the elected officials to stand against Trump's agenda, and Tom Homan's not going and arresting those people like he said he was going to do. That's what's disappointing me. I'm disappointed in the way the media for the White House is being covered right now. But everything else seems to be okay. I wish they'd get those numbers up for the deportations, but it's really the elected officials, the lack of the elected officials being arrested, that's really got me disappointed. What's up, Independent? Happy Freedom to you. What's up, Phillips? Happy Freedom. What's up, Donna? Happy Freedom to you. What's up, Frank? What's up, Mother Rat? Appreciate all of you hooligans sliding through. Make sure you hit that like button. We're still waiting to see if President Trump's going to hop on stage or not. Turbo, you're describing what your butt looks like to us? See, if you hooligans don't have access to the website, you're really missing out. That's how I'm going to sell it. You could know right now what Turbo's butt looks like, okay? He's describing it in great detail, and you hooligans are missing out because you're not on the website. What's up, Awakening? Happy Freedom to you. Awakening math be racist. It is. It's hella racist. Pumpkin, we have a slide? I mean, not yet. What's up, Nana? Happy Freedom. What's up, Roy? Happy Freedom to you. Would the notifications go out late? I appreciate all of you guys showing up. Like I said, we're going to get into this next video here. I do have this live pulled up in case President Trump gets on the screen. If he does get on the screen and start signing his executive orders, like I said, I will put them on the screen. You're not going to miss out on it. Holy crap, I just hit the wrong button. Anyways, this next one is Caroline Leavitt says Musk's DOGE is looking into the group that Stacey Abrams worked for. We kind of talked about this yesterday. It has to do with that woman that got $2 billion doll hairs to fight against climate change. I don't know how that works, but either way, Caroline Leavitt's talking about it in a moment. First, I want to remind you hooligans really quick, if you would like to participate in Free Speech Saturday, make sure you post all of your memes over on Discord or on jeffmaclive.com. Just hop in the group chats on either platform. You'll see the tabs labeled memes. Drop what you got and we'll shout you out as we're making Saturdays more fun. So let's get into this. We got a parking lot presser from Caroline Leavitt. It makes her sound like a lot lizard, but you know what? If she did the press briefings from inside the press room, I wouldn't talk about her like that. Either way, hit that like button over on Rumble as well as the CommiTube, and let's get into this.
Good morning. Hey, Caroline. Yeah. Why is he being invited to this cabinet meeting? Well, Elon is working with the cabinet secretaries and their staff every single day to identify waste and fraud and abuse at these respective agencies. And, you know, you've seen many of these cabinet secretaries, all of the cabinet secretaries, take the advice and direction of DOGE. You saw Kelly Loeffler demanding that the SBA staff return to the office. Now, 80% of SBA staff are back in the office. That's a good thing for the American taxpayer. Look at what EPA Administrator Lee Zeldin did. He found $20 billion that was pushed out the door by the Biden administration in the last few weeks. $2 billion of that went to a group that Stacey Abrams apparently runs, and they only had $100 in the bank, and then they get a $2 billion check. Very interesting. So he's looking into that. So all of these cabinet secretaries are working alongside DOGE. They'll be providing updates on their efforts, and they'll also be providing updates on what they're doing at their agencies in terms of policy and implementing the promises that the president made on the campaign trail.
Elon Musk wrote yesterday and Michael said something similar. He said the only way to restore rule of the people in America is to impeach judges. No one is above the law, including judges unlikely, obviously close to the president as well, so corrupt judges should be impeached. Do you know where does the president agree with that judges should be impeached?
I haven't asked him, but I certainly can.
On Ukraine. When exactly did Amy Gleason start her job as DOGE administrator?
So Amy Gleason has been the DOGE administrator for quite some time, I believe several weeks, maybe a month. I'm not actually sure of the specific timeline. She's a career official. She's doing her job as the administrator of this organization. I know everybody's very interested in her name and who she is and what she does. There's a lot of people who work for the federal government. They're just trying to do their jobs, and that's what she's doing.
DOGE staffers told us yesterday that they found out about her being the administrator yesterday. Why is that?
You have to ask them. They're clearly unaware. I don't know.
Did you announce her position to the rest of the DOGE staff?
Everybody knew, and we said who she was to all of you because you are hounds in the media who are so obsessed with this for some reason. So in the effort of transparency, we told you who that person is. There are so many bigger things in the world than who the DOGE administrator is, but for some reason, everybody in the press corps is so obsessed with this that you were incessantly asking. So we thought, okay, we will be transparent. So now you know who it is. Any further questions?
Caroline, on Ukraine, has the president spoken to President Zelensky?
Who is it? I missed it.
Signed off on this final framework, and any further update on whether or not he's coming on Friday?
The critical minerals deal and the rare earth deal, as President Trump has said, is absolutely pivotal. We're very close to the finish line in getting that deal done, and the president said yesterday he'll welcome Zelensky to the White House to sign it or to visit if that's what Zelensky wants to do. I'll check in with NSC this morning to see where it stands, but that's where it stood when I spoke to them last night.
Any reaction to the budget resolution?
Is it a 50-50 split, Caroline? Is that accurate, what Zelensky said?
Good morning, gentlemen.
All right, so this is Caroline Levitt doing a parking lot presser for whatever reason. This apparently is who the administrator of DOGE is, which somehow I missed that the first time I screened that video. I don't know who this person is. Amy Gleason is the administrator of the U.S. DOGE service. Let's see. Gleason has a background in healthcare and previously worked at the U.S. Digital Service as office created by President Barack Obama and most recently named after DOGE. Her position with DOGE was first reported by the Washington Examiner. She also worked for President Trump first term, including being replaced by White House Coronavirus Task Force data team because of her technology background. That team was led by Dr. Deborah Birx. Despite pledging full transparency, the White House has refused to been unable to identify the administrator of DOGE, including during Tuesday's press briefing. While Musk has served as the initiative's public face and continues to issue social media directives to government workers, the White House has maintained that his status is one of special government employee and not a full-time worker. That's interesting. Amy Gleason. Well, that's a face for radio, I'll tell you that. Anyways, it's pretty interesting that she was brought in under the Obama administration. She worked for Trump. She did things during the lockdowns. And now she is the administrator for DOGE, and that's a big fucking secret for some reason. Why do you think that is? Why was it a secret? Now, I know Caroline Levitt was trying to act all outraged. Oh, you media, you guys are just hounding me over the admin like it matters. It does matter. We're paying for this person to run DOGE. It does matter. So I don't really understand why they're pretending to be outraged that people want to know who the admin of DOGE is. And now that we know who that person is, who is that person? Have you guys seen this person? Does anybody know if she's a good person or a bad person? And why haven't we seen her? We've heard lots about Doge and all the money they're saving, and we covered the whole USAID thing and so on and so forth. Why is it a secret that Amy Gleason is the admin for it? That's a really weird thing. Anyways, next up we got Governor Ron DeSantis creates Doge task force for Florida. I think all states should probably get on board with this, but we'll see how it goes. Either way, that's coming up next. But first, we're going to read through the chat, see what you hooligans think about Caroline Leavitt. Looking good out there in the parking lot, which is a weird place to hold a press briefing. Talking about Stacey Abrams and then also revealing who the admin is for Doge. What's up here, Juicer? Happy Freedom. What, I forget to say that we were live? Hold on a second. Where's my buttons at? Oh, I did. There you go here, Juicer. Yeah, we're live. I guess I forgot to do the thing. That makes sense. It all makes sense now. I was too busy worrying about capturing President Trump live, which still hasn't happened yet, so don't worry, you guys didn't miss out. What's up, Annette? Happy Freedom to you. Turbo, so it's like a press briefing, but it's not in the press room. Yeah, but I don't know why that's happening. Like, why do that? Why not hold an actual press briefing? Holy hair juicer, what is this? When you guys say poor hair juicer, just know he's eating like this. Okay. Okay. Looking good, hair juicer. Snooks, I wish her pressers were longer in the White House. I don't really mind that they're only like 40 minutes long. And it's like that because she's not bullshitting. She's answering question and going to the next person. And if their question is bullshit or repetitive, she just cuts to the next person anyway. I don't really mind that she speeds them along. I just wish they were a little bit more often. And I mean, you know, like we were just bitching about the news. We don't want the news to just make the news. We want them to cover the news. And so when she doesn't hold pressers, you assume there's nothing to talk about. But then you find out she's doing parking lot pressers. And that's weird. Why do that? They're not scheduled or anything like that. And if they were scheduled, why wouldn't you do it in the press room? We didn't see KJP doing pressers from the parking lot. I mean, that's the thing I try to look at. We would not accept this from the Biden administration. So I'm not turning a blind eye just because I like Trump. You know what I mean? Like, you want the shit to run right. And so when you see parking lot pressers and stuff, it's like, why are you doing this? If you have something to say, hold an official press briefing. If you don't have something to say, what are you doing in the parking lot? Like what is going on here? I don't know. I like Caroline Leavitt, but it makes me want to make jokes of her, you know, working in the parking lot and stuff. What's up, Tuola Care? Happy Freedom to you. Free the Texan, she's unique. Yeah, that's true. She is unique. Oh, zesty chest. Awakening so she can ditch them in the parking lot. I mean, I guess. I like when she shuts them down in the press briefing room, though. She walks away and they get all silent. They go quiet. Their feelings hurt. They get home. They're crying. Their husband, the guy's husband, is like, what's wrong, babe? Caroline Leavitt, she slayed me on live TV in front of everybody. Hard life. Pumpkin, not sure Biden was woke, just sleeping. Yeah. Libby Racer, I bet she's demanding in bed. Yeah, you don't fuck her. She fucks you. See, it's not Saturday. I forget. It's not Saturday. We can't talk like that. Rappy, I can't believe she's only 27. She's awesome. Yeah, she is awesome. I guess she's married to some 50-year-old. And so that kind of makes me feel like I see where she gets her maturity from and stuff like that. Pumpkin, when she's done, she's done. She does. She just dips out. Awakening. Hooligans be thirsty. Ah, yeah. They got a fondness of Caroline Levitt. What's up, JT3? Happy freedom to you. JT3. I do know the last couple of times they've committed on not being enough room for everyone trying to get in. You're talking about the press room? I could see that. Stoner high-end lot lizard. That's what I was saying, but it's just going to make people mad. Sucks, I can't be honest. I gotta play pretend a little bit just to keep viewers around. Snooks and her husband was the first man she was ever with. He's 59 and a multimillionaire. Well, she better keep singing and dancing, otherwise he might just replace her. But she's doing pretty good, and I guess they just had a kid, so it's all good. Zeusboo, KJP needed 2 hours of hair and makeup. Well, yeah, because they didn't want to reveal her lizard face. They put her human skin on. Cashflow, go in and arrest these governors. Absolutely. They're all interfering with the ICE investigations. I don't know why they don't take it serious and just arrest. They only got to arrest one. They arrest one governor or one mayor, things will change. Things will change immediately. So I don't know why they don't just go ahead and do the thing. It's within their right. Cashflow, I don't like how things are being done with Tom Homan. He's all talk and no action. These deportations aren't going as promised. Yeah, I would like to see an increase myself. What's up, Harley Davidson? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Contempt? Happy freedom to you. Contempt. I'm still waiting for DOGE or Trump to tell us who all the paid influencers are. I want to know all the names on the government payroll while guiding the masses. What do you mean influencers? You mean like TikTokers and stuff like that? What's up, BC? Happy freedom to you. What is your name? We'll go with 07. What's up, 07? Happy freedom to you. I'm doing good. How are you doing? Gizzard, heck, I even listen to communist channels on here just to see how they think. Yeah, that's why we cover propaganda, just to see what they're telling the normies. So when you go outside and you see people behaving really weird, now you know why. And it's because the news told them to be scared and shove their head up their ass to be safe. So, you know, that's why we cover it. Now what it seems, Oklahoma's creating a DOGE. That's cool. I didn't see anything about that. What's up, dog? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Manic Miner? Happy freedom. What's up, Soul? What's up, Wayward? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Mirrors? So wonderful to see a press secretary answer questions without folding. Oh, a folder full of BS. Yeah, Caroline Levitt, she is very much on her game. When she's doing interviews and stuff, she is very quick and direct and right to the point. She's not using strange language like Hyena Harris, right? Just word filler all day. Caroline Levitt, she kills it. Wayward, you are omnipresent. I appreciate you. I don't know if we're going to hear from President Trump or not. What's up, Jack? Happy freedom to you. Jeb, could you imagine going to your kid's high school graduation when you're pushing 80? We saw President Trump go to Barron's graduation, so I mean, I can imagine it, but you know, when I'm 80 years old, I probably won't feel like doing it, but you never know. awakening. You should apply for the spot. You'd get to ask some questions. I did apply, but they won't write me back. I'm thinking about filing another application with them because they never responded. I wrote an application right when they released the URL. As soon as they said where to go to file an application, I went and filled it out during the live. But they said they got 10,000 applications on the first day. And these press credentials for the White House isn't just access to the White House. It seems to be like an appointment. Like there's a certain day at a certain time that you will be scheduled to show up at that press briefing, ask a couple questions, and that's it. And you probably won't be coming back. And so I don't know if they just haven't gotten around to my application yet, or if I need to fill out more applications to increase my chances of them seeing my application. So I'm not sure, but I have applied. I even got a suit picked out. I looked up what roads I'd have to take to get there to drive to DC. I'd probably have to rent a car. I don't think my Subaru is going to make it. Libby Racer, McDonald's won't raise prices on Egg McMuffins. You know, the egg shortage. I can't even afford an Egg McMuffin before the egg shortage. God only knows what it's like now. Snook, she speaks like an attorney. She is, but a dang good one. Yeah. Caroline Leavitt kicks ass. We're going to go ahead and move forward here. Still waiting on President Trump. I don't know if they're going to ever show this or not, but it's there, so don't you worry. You ain't going to miss anything. This next one is Governor Ron DeSantis creates DOGE task force over in Florida. And I think this is a good idea. I doubt I'll ever see it here in Michigan, but you never know. Hit that like button over on Rumble as well as over on the CommuTube, and let's get into this.
Elon Musk and the Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE, makes waves in D.C. Governor Ron DeSantis is starting a similar effort here in Florida. In Tampa today, the governor announcing that a newly created DOGE task force will take a closer look at spending by state government, universities, and even by local governments.
I'm excited about this effort to take some of what we've seen in Washington that they're doing with Elon Musk and apply it to Florida. Both our local governments, our universities.
DeSantis said that hundreds of state positions could be cut, and he hopes to emulate Musk, who was recently seen enforcing what he called the chainsaw for bureaucracy. The governor also commented about reports that his wife, First Lady Casey DeSantis, could run for governor in 2026.
She's never angled for anything, right? Because that's just not who she is. I mean, she kind of, does what she does. But I will tell you this. You're talking about somebody like her. I won by the biggest margin that any Republicans ever won a governor's race here in Florida. She would do better than me. Like, there's no question about that.
All right, Ron DeSantis creating his own DOGE for Florida. I assume we're going to have follow-up videos for that. Once they get their people together, they'll probably make announcements about it. Then they will probably have their first set of cuts and exposure of fraud and things like that, and they'll do more pressers about that. I can only assume these things, but I'm expecting a follow-up after that. DeSantis creating a DOGE. I'd like to see it here in Michigan because I know they're wasting money. Gretchen Whitmer's been campaigning for 150 years about how if we keep voting her dumb ass in, they're going to fix the damn roads. That's her campaign slogan, fix the damn roads. When are you going to fix the damn roads? I've been waiting years. The entire time I've been driving, I've been waiting for you to fix the damn roads. You ain't never going to do that. They're just going to cut her out if we get Michigan DOGE. They're like, you are a waste of money. Anyways, we'll see how things go. Next up, we got some clips from President Trump's cabinet meeting from earlier today. First one's J.D. Vance speaking at the meeting, and our second video is Elon Musk speaking. We'll probably play those back to back. It's coming up next. But first, we're going to read through the chat, see what you Hooligans think about Governor DeSantis creating his own DOGE task force. Snooks. I like DeSantis, but would never vote for his wife. I like Byron. Yeah, I saw that Byron Donalds is going to be running for governor of Florida. I think that'd be a good pick. I don't know Ron's wife. I don't know. I just don't think that's a good idea. You go from him to her. I don't know. I like Ron, but I don't know anything about his wife. What's up, Gassam? Happy freedom to you. What's up, damsel? Happy freedom to you. It's a Rip Curl. Happy freedom to you. Non-woke MAGA is catching like wildfire. Yeah, well, they see these good ideas, so they want to replicate it. They see that Republicans and conservatives really like the Doge effect. And so Ron saw that and was like, you know what? We're going to create our own Doge. Do it up. What's up, Metal Mouth? Happy freedom to you. Jack, that's one sexy chainsaw. Mm-hmm. What's up, Enter User? Happy freedom to you. Enter User, the application lotto. Yeah, that's what it is. I'm really thinking about filling more applications out. I didn't want to, and it feels kind of lowbrow to do that, but I want my shot, okay? I want to be able to go to the White House and ask questions. Rip Curl, did the cartel really set an IED and that it killed an American? Was the person killed an ICE agent or a civilian? It was a civilian. We're going to talk about it near the end, though. Cash flow, what would you ask if you got called to the press briefing? I talked about this earlier on when the applications were first revealed, but what I would do is I'd make a document and then I would press it to all of you guys and have you guys fill out what questions you would want me to ask of Caroline Leavitt, and then I'd pick the top 3 that I thought were the most interesting, and then I would ask her from there. That's the plan if I get selected. Contempt, they already admitted that USAID was funding foreign news groups to influence. If that's being done in America, it should be public record. Absolutely. Absolutely. If they're spending tax dollars on anything, they should tell us about it because we're the taxpayers. What's up? I'm Janet. Happy freedom to you. I'm doing good. How are you doing? Corey Luca, happy freedom to you. Speaking of murderous Gretch at 7, Evil has her State of the State speech tonight. Oh, I didn't know that. Interesting. Maybe I'll have to tune into that just to throw up in my mouth. What's up, Corn Pop? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Sage Pup? If I can get y'all ready, happy freedom to you. I really thought we were going to be able to see President Trump live, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. Almost 2 hours later, all they got to do is play the video. Holy crap, Astro Hammer, that video is hilarious. Turbo, get bricked, punk. That means a couple things, honestly. Guess my question would be, what is Alina Haba Haba's phone number? Well, guess we'll make sure to get you that. Don't you worry. I figured since you were married, you already had it, but we'll get it anyway for you. Libby Racer, I'd like to shake Trump's hand. Yeah, I feel the same exact way. Free the Texan. Ask her if the link's in her bio. Is that what you want me to ask Caroline Leavitt? You got the link in your bio? How much are feet pics? I got a hooligan that wants to know. What's up, Mary Todd? Happy freedom to you. Bobby, I'm not going to read that out loud, but I would be too. Ask her a really serious question, and she just replies with, my eyes are up here. I'm like, oh, sorry, my bad. Anyways, moving forward here. Still waiting on President Trump. We'll see if that ever happens. Next up, we got some clips from the cabinet meeting that happened earlier today. This first one is from J.D. Vance, and the next one's from Elon. They both spoke, obviously, at the cabinet meetings. It's coming up next, but first I want to remind you hooligans really quick that my birthday is coming up. So if you would like to send me something for my birthday, we will be doing a birthday unboxing on March 11th. So you're welcome to use the wish list link or the P.O. Box link if you would like to send me something for my birthday and be a part of the unboxing. Now, if you do send something to the P.O. Box, please let me know, because the post office won't tell me that I get packages regardless of features that they include to the rest of the world. Here in Michigan, they don't give a shit. So my only option is to drive 60 miles to the post office every single day. Now, obviously, that's unreasonable, so it's much easier if you just message me and say, hey, there's something heading your way on this day, and I will go check it. But if you do get something from the wish list, it will just be sent straight to me, so you don't have to worry about emailing me or addresses or anything like that. But either way, we will be doing the birthday unboxing on March 11th, which is my birthday, and all of March is the Hooligan holiday. So we all be acting up on March. So it's just the way it is. If you're new here, you may not have experienced this. If you've been here, we do this every March, okay? Every March is the Hooligan holiday, and on the 11th, we're doing the unboxing. It's going to be a good time. I'm probably going to be drinking. You should join me. Anyways, like I said, coming up next, we got this cabinet meeting from earlier today. Got a couple clips here. Get things pulled up really quick like. Load. There we go. It's like the old TVs. You got to slap it up the side. There you go. Got it working again. No. Your wife doesn't work like that. Don't tell me that shit. Anyways, this first one is titled J.D. Vance speaking at the meeting. Hit that like button over on Rumble as well as the CommuTube, and let's get into this.
I mean, look, as the president said, we're not going to do the negotiation in public with the American media. He's going to do it in private with the president of Russia, with the president of Ukraine, and with other leaders. And I think that's how this has to go. I think I just want to push back against some of the criticism I've seen of the administration on this, because every single time the president engages in diplomacy, you guys preemptively accuse him of conceding to Russia. He hasn't conceded anything to anyone. He's doing the job of a diplomat, and he is, of course, the diplomat in chief as the President of the United States. I mean, look.
All right, J.D. Vance squeaking by there at the cabinet meeting. It was a full house. But J.D. Vance calling him out. And like I said, we're going to play these videos back to back, obviously. That was J.D. Vance. This here is Elon.
I'd like to have Elon Musk please say a few words.
Okay,
Thank you, Elon.
Thank you, Mr. President. I actually just call myself a humble tech support here, because this is actually, as crazy as it sounds, that is almost a literal description of the work that the DOGE team is doing, is helping fix the government computer systems. Many of these systems are extremely old. They don't communicate. There are a lot of mistakes in the systems. The software doesn't work. So we are actually tech support. It's ironic, but it's true. The overall goal here with the DOGE team is to help address the enormous deficit. We simply cannot sustain as a country $2 trillion deficits. The interest rates, just the interest on the national debt, now exceeds the Defense Department spending. We spend a lot on the Defense Department, but we're spending over $1 trillion on interest. If this continues, the country will become de facto bankrupt. It's not an optional thing, it is an essential thing. That's the reason I'm here. And taking a lot of flack, and getting a lot of death threats, by the way. I'm gonna stack them up, you know. But if we don't do this, America will go bankrupt. That's why it has to be done. And I'm confident at this point, knock on wood, you know, knock on my wooden head, there's got a lot of wood up there, that we can actually find $1 trillion in savings. That would be roughly 15% of the $7 trillion budget. And obviously that can only be done with the support of everyone in this room. And I'd like to thank everyone for your support. Thank you very much. This can only be done with your support. So it's really, DOGE is a support function for the President and for the agencies and departments to help achieve those savings and to effectively find 15% in reduction in fraud and waste. And we bring the receipts. So people say, well, is this real? Just go to doge.gov. We line item by line item, we specify each item. So, and I should say, we will make mistakes. We won't be perfect, but when we make a mistake, we'll fix it very quickly. So for example, with USAID, one of the things we accidentally canceled very briefly was Ebola, Ebola prevention. I think we all want Ebola prevention. So we restored the Ebola prevention immediately, and there was no interruption. But we do need to move quickly if we're to achieve a $1 trillion deficit reduction in financial year 2026. It requires saving $4 billion per day, every day, from now through the end of September. But we can do it, and we will do it. Thank you.
All right, like I said, clips. Oh, here we go. I think President Trump is finally on the screen here. Nope, it's not. They tricked me. Anyways, clips from earlier today from the first cabinet meeting with President Trump. Now, I did see clips of President Trump speaking, but he wasn't saying anything we haven't already heard 100 times. So I figured I'd grab the clips of Elon and J.D. Vance there. J.D. Vance telling the media how they're always preemptively trying to undermine what President Trump is doing, and obviously Elon discussing what his job is like over at DOGE, dealing with out-of-date software and just seeing things aren't being taken care of and they're just trying to clean it up. Next up, we got this interesting collage of videos here. It's titled, "There May Be Reasons That Dan Crenshaw Doesn't Like Tucker Carlson." Yesterday, we played that video of Crenshaw saying he would kill Tucker Carlson if he ever met him in person, which is a pretty wild thing to say. But like I said, we got a plethora of videos here, clips all put together of Tucker Carlson bad-mouthing Crenshaw. And I think it's funny, but obviously it makes Crenshaw really mad. He almost ripped his other eye out. Anyways, that's coming up next. But first, we're going to read through the chat, see what you hooligans think about this cabinet meeting that happened earlier today. What's up, Russell? Happy freedom to you. Thank you, hooligans, for the feedback. Russell, Elon moves like a priest when he's talking. He's always got his hands together doing this, and he kind of like does this when he's talking, and I don't know why. I've never noticed him doing that anywhere until he became the face of Doge. Like I guess no, I feel like even when he was speaking at the rallies, he wasn't doing that. But something happened. He became the face of Doge. He's obviously not the administrator, because that's whatever her name is that we just revealed a little while ago. But he does a lot of this. He does a lot of talking like this. And I feel like it's kind of condescending. Like he was also standing while everybody else was sitting. When J.D. Vance was speaking, he was sitting. Elon's always standing over everyone doing this. And it's funny because if he was a Democrat, you guys would be in the chat going, "What's the hand signs he's doing? What is he doing with his hands?" But because he's Elon, nobody says that, which is really funny. The shit kills me. I just always see these double standards. But anyways, Elon cracks me up. He's very entertaining. I don't necessarily trust him, but he's very entertaining. And I don't think his body language is meant to be condescending, but you know how fickle people are. I assume people see that and they're like, "Oh, what a bastard, standing over us talking with his hands all clenched up." Yeah, I don't know. Just reading through. Bobby, it's called... No, I'm not going to read what you're saying out loud because I don't know what that is. And knowing you, I'm not going to read that out loud. It sounds like highbrow teabagging. Jeb, Elon don't want to accidentally do the Hitler deal. Yeah, we're going to see Steve Bannon come out and he's going to be talking like this too. That's what happens. You learn your lesson from saluting the crowd. And all of a sudden you got to talk with your hands folded. Jack, Crenshaw is authentic as a talking sea cucumber. Yeah, I don't know. I guess he plays a good Republican, but he's not actually a Republican. He looks like one and he tries to sound like one when it's necessary, but the rest of the time he's pushing the liberal agenda. I think he's also been referenced as like the male Nikki Haley. I don't know. I don't want to spoil it. This video is coming up. Metal mouth MAGA women are hot. Yeah. And Democrat women are dudes. So, yeah, you're right. Supia, yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I got a zinger every now and then. What's funny is, like, for every one of you that like the jokes I tell, there's 2 of you that walk away. I don't know why it's like that. The number's been low this last couple weeks. And I'm like, what did I do? What did I say? What was it that I did that made everybody leave? I'm just too damn funny. That's what it is. What's up, Shroomish? Shroomish, after he said that, he said he isn't joking, which is an absolute threat. If I was Tucker, I'd press charges. Yeah, he should. He should put a restraining order on him. He could. He has enough evidence. But instead, he invited him to come talk face to face. See if they'll see eye to eye. Libby Racer, I dress like Fetterman. Yeah, I kind of do too. Jack, Hillary with a patch. That's a scary thought. Enter user McCain with a patch. You guys are smoking this guy. Guess I want to meet big and hairy balls one day. Well, you know, I'll pray for you, guess I hope it works out. Zero. I don't know what that first word is. Across the street is a young man practicing his color guard routine with the rifle. He's trying so hard, but he keeps dropping it at the same spot, but he keeps trying. Well, that's awesome, Zero. I'm sure he'll get it. Practice makes near perfect. You can't be perfect, unfortunately. Only God is perfect. But near perfect, proficient. Practice makes proficient. Pumpkin, I just been busy. Yeah, no worries. No worries, Pumpkin. Free thinking text. I got some hairy balls you can meet. Jesus loves us. A lot of Saturday talk coming in. No worries, Nana. No worries. Obviously, I'm not talking about any of you guys here. I've just... When the numbers dip, it's got to be my fault. And I don't know what it is because I try to be fair. And that's the biggest thing is I try to be fair. We joke about everything. But like I'm saying, we wouldn't accept KJP doing pressers in the parking lot. Why would we accept it from Caroline Leavitt? Because it's part of the Trump administration? That shouldn't make a difference. And saying things like that means I'm not a grifter, and for some reason I get punished for not being a grifter. And so then I get mad at myself when things don't work out as I feel that they should, because obviously I only have me to blame. So it's just part of the song and dance. I just wish you guys told me why I suck. That's the thing. Before you walk out the door, tell me what is the reason that I suck. And with that being said, I actually do have feedback links, and I always drop it at the end of the live, but you guys don't really take advantage of it. So I'm gonna drop it right now since we're bringing it up. Please, you can even fill it out anonymously if you'd like, but tell me why I suck and what I can do to make it better so you guys stop walking away. Bam, there you go. Like I said, you can fill it out anonymously. You don't have to leave your email and shit. I made it just for those reasons. Guess he's in Texas too. Crenshaw, he's the representative of Texas? Damn, he's only 5 years older than me. He looks 15 years older than me. Oh, let's see. Why was it updated 13 hours ago? His Wikipedia just got updated for some reason. That sounds suspicious. It doesn't even tell me like what he represents. He's just an American politician. That's all it says about him. He's an American politician. He was born in '84. Well, it says former Navy SEAL, but as far as I know, there's no former military unless you got dishonorable discharge. Serves as the representative of Texas, 2nd Congressional District since 2019. Interesting. I assume he's Republican. I don't know. They're very vague on his description here. But yeah, he's representative from Texas. Yeah, you guys should vote that guy out. He's trash. Matt Rogers, it's not Saturday, but it is hump day. That's right. You guys are going to crack up at this funny video I got for you. I appreciate you, Jeb. I try. What's up, Lifelike? Happy freedom to you. Non-woke, you're a year older than Elon. How old is Elon? I've never even thought about that. He's somewhere between 25 and 45. He's obviously older than 25. He's got 1,300 kids. Thank you, Pumpkin. I appreciate the compliment. Stoner, it needs more Klaus. I agree. I will write that down. for the attacks, and I don't care where they do press briefings as long as they give out good info. Yeah, and Caroline Leavitt, she's good at her job. I'm not saying she's not. I just wish things were more organized. And if it is a threat, like the reason that, they don't do thing on schedule, or if they do schedule, they don't do it on time. If the reason that they're always late or they don't schedule things is because of a threat, I wish they would just say that instead of having to speculate why we can't. It seems secretive when they're being deceptive about things like who the admin of DOGE is or when President Trump's going to sign executive orders. If it's because of a threat, then just say that. Instead, everyone's going to think, it's something wrong. And that's just the way it's going to go. And you got Blue News out there constantly telling the normies, oh, it's a threat to your democracy. And so the secrecy looks like deception. The deception looks like lying. Lying looks like cheating, stealing, cutting corners, corruption, and all that stuff. And you got that going on while the Blue News is saying, oh, Orange Man bad. It's going to make the normies turn against what's happening. And it's unnecessary. He's still early on. But, I worry about those kind of things. Life like, I leave because you do the whole live with your shirt on. Yeah, life like, I know. I don't think they'd accept me shirtless these days. We used to have so much freedom over on YouTube, but they screwed us over way too much. Now we're over on Rumble. Screaming Eagle is just like Cheney. He's a rhino. Yeah, we're going to have to get rid of Crenshaw. Have to vote him out. He's no good. Metal Mouth Cloud's doing the parameter check. Yep. I didn't even give him treats. He needs to come to work if he wants treats. That's the way it goes. Stoner, yeah. Yeah, and I do think that there probably is threats, outside sources against President Trump and stuff like that. I just wish they would talk about it. Let us know. Instead of it looking like he's just late every day, or cutting us out of the loop, just tell us, hey, there's some stuff going on. We'd be like, okay. I'm just saying. Absolutely, Libby Racer. Turbo, do a full body paint of clothing on clothes on things. See if anyone notices. I mean, maybe. You never know. We'll see. One day I'll just have the hooligan badge just painted on the front of me. Everyone's like, I like your shirt. Shake my tits at you guys. Mm-hmm. Zero. Oh, I see. Chiropractor. I see what you're saying, Zero. I thought you were talking about like a Spanish gangster. What are those called? Cholos? Something? Cholos? That's what I thought you were talking about, Zero. I know what that first word was. Astro Hammer, Elon's Gen X. I believe that. What's up, Josh1776? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Cassie J? Happy freedom to you. Russell's giving you guys tardy passes. You're late. You're lucky Hair Juicer's not standing right here. He'd be trying to escort you guys out of the chat. Can be tardy. Salty Ragu, I'm late. In 5 words, what did I miss? About half the live. Is that 5 words? Somebody do the math. Snooks, you're in charge of doing math today. Mm-hmm. Got some warning letter for late coming. You spelled that wrong, got some. Anyways. Then I wonder why everybody leaves. Mary Todd, breaking a Lefty X account used AI fake voice of Don Jr. saying crazy ass shit. Really, Mary Todd? Tag me in it so I can check it out. Maybe we'll play it tomorrow if it's not too terrible, the things that he's saying. What's up, Electric Hammer? Happy freedom to you. Stoner Avato. No, I wasn't talking about Avato, but yeah, that's funny too. Cash flow to the left will lie no matter what. Yep, you're right. Lie, cheat, and steal. They should get it tatted on their face. If you say it long enough, they will. BC Musk is 53 years old? Really? No. No way. He was born in 71. Holy crap. I'm flabbergasted. I was thinking like mid 40s. I thought he was like 43, not 53. Holy. Gizzard. I mean, that's one way to put it. I don't know if I can say that out loud. That's pretty rough, but yeah. I appreciate you, Gizzard. What's up, Cinderella? Happy freedom to you. Mitchell, happy freedom to you. As far as Trump is concerned, he was given a mandate by the people, and as long as his eyes is sticking to the mandate, he doesn't need to tell anyone what is going on. He would say, watch. Yeah, Mitchell, but that's the thing, is if he doesn't have to tell us what's going on, but it makes him look bad the entire time that he doesn't. And he doesn't need help with bad publicity is all that I'm saying. It's not that I'm snapping my fingers like, hey, Mr. Trump, give me some reasons here. List 5 things you did for me last week. Is that what I'm saying? That's not what I'm saying. I just am talking about the normies, right? I have to chase the schedule so we cover it on time. But the normies, they're being deceived. They're being in a position where they think they're being deceived. And the blue news is telling them, yeah, you're not only being deceived, he's killing your democracy. And there's more influence for them to turn against him and support these goofy-ass activists that want to hurt children and want to disgrace bathrooms and do all kinds of stupid shit that does not benefit America. And that's what I am kind of focusing on. No, President Trump doesn't have to tell us shit. But it would just be nice for him to kind of reassure the normies things are still going to schedule, even if there isn't a schedule of when things are happening at the White House. Tacoma, we want the files. Yeah, and they're being way too quiet about the Epstein files and all of that. Too much campaigning on that. Not from President Trump, but like Kash Patel and all that. Where's the files? Why is it being delayed? I'm worried that we're going to get these Epstein client lists and it's going to be just black marks all the way down. It's just going to be completely redacted. And I don't like that. It's not what we were promised, but we'll see how it goes. Tacoma and the arrests. Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. What's up, Mr. Dude? Happy freedom to you. Mr. Dude, don't let the hair fool you on Musk's age. Take a look at some of the pics from back in the PayPal days. Yeah. I know his hairline did a 180. That's what money can do. Uncle Sam Otto, so I'm not crazy. Jeff was shirtless a few times. The entire beginning of live streaming was people setting buildings on fire and me sitting in the corner with no shirt on. It looked like a weird cuck film, but it wasn't. It wasn't. It was I didn't have my style back then. Appreciate you, Uncle Sam Otto. I shouted you out at the beginning of the live. I don't know if you were here or not, but I appreciate all the support. Hey, I appreciate you, Tactical Dragon. Yeah, and I wasn't going to bring it up, but in May, that's going to be 5 years we've been doing this. Proud of you, hooligans. What's up, Carp? Happy freedom to you. They can't release the files if they're about to arrest these evil reptilians. I think it will be one big swoop soon. Well, I hope you're right, Carp. I try, Wayward. I appreciate you. Turbo, I can remember sequences of numbers like a mofo. How do you know that? What were you doing where you were like, I'm good at this? What's up, Salty Ragu? Happy freedom to you. I will see, Snooks. We'll see. All right, we're going to go ahead and move forward here. I am still waiting to see if they're going to show us President Trump live or not. Let me refresh the page and see if they changed the title. They did not. So I will keep this up. We'll see if we ever get the video of President Trump signing executive orders. He did it 2 hours ago. It's more or less waiting for the press to show us the pre-recorded video. So whenever that happens, we'll throw it on the screen. But until then, we're going to go ahead and move forward here. Let me see where we are. Oh, yes, Tucker Carlson. That's what it is. There may be reasons that Dan Crenshaw doesn't like Tucker Carlson.
Dan Crenshaw.
Now, he's going to go off. He's going to be going off about Dan Crenshaw, right? There may be reasons they don't like each other. Come on, man. But I don't think that anything we're going to see here in a second really legitimizes Dan Crenshaw saying he wants to kill Tucker Carlson. And then he turns around and follows up by saying he's not joking. I don't think anything we're about to hear justifies those kind of actions. This is more or less our mid-time funny video. So hit that like button over on Rumble as well as the commie tube. And let's get into this.
Dan Crenshaw cannot be a congressman again. You just can't. It's just too insulting.
Why is it that Republican states tend to have the least sincere Republican? Dan Crenshaw, apparently still a member of Congress.
And the next time Dan Crenshaw stands up and says, but you don't understand the threat, shut up, Dan Crenshaw. Just about had it with you.
Neocon Congressman Dan Crenshaw, the Nikki Haley of Texas.
The single most left-wing member of Congress I've ever met personally is a Republican from this area who has no interest in the United States whatsoever and does not even pretend. I'm not going to name names. Yeah, it's Dan Crenshaw, the most liberal, most left-wing person I've ever met.
And so they're easily bullshitted by the posturing jackasses in Washington.
That's why Dan Crenshaw has a job.
You, Dan Crenshaw, you're the one whose own children languished and died while you focused on the neighbor's kids. That person is an enemy of everything that you voted for.
Tucker Carlson killing it. Like I said, there may be reasons that Dan Crenshaw doesn't like Tucker Carlson, but I don't think anything we just covered really justifies Crenshaw going after that interview, stepping away with whoever the interviewer it was, and saying that if he ever met Tucker Carlson in person, he would smoke him, and then followed that up with, and I'm not kidding, or I'm not joking. I don't know. Tucker Carlson, he cracks me up. There's a lot of people that don't like him. I'm not really sure why they don't like him. I think he's hilarious. He can literally go on stage and just giggle, and I will laugh my ass off. Something about him giggling cracks me up. He just has that like childlike wonder to the way he talks, and it just, I don't know, it resonates with me for some reason. He cracks me up. So Crenshaw, I don't know. He must be a piece of shit. You got to be a piece of shit not to like Tucker Carlson. Unless he's done something really bad that I just don't know about. I don't understand hating that guy. I just don't. Anyways, next up we got, this is a little bit old news. This happened like a week or two ago. But in my eyes, this guy's a hero. It's titled Suspect Wanted for Assaulting a Man in Aliquippa. Is that how you say it? Yeah, Aliquippa VFW in custody. Now that sounds like a bad guy. He assaulted a pedophile for being a pedophile, and he roughed him up. And they talk about this guy like he's a monster, but I think he's a hero. It's coming up next, but first we're going to read through the chat, see what you hooligans think about Tucker Carlson as well as Dan Crenshaw. Salty Regu, never trust a pirate. That's racist, buddy. Holy. Zero love Tucker? Yeah, I think he's hilarious. Russell, yeah, Tucker don't like him. I wonder if there's other reasons, though. It just seems weird that these two people are going at each other. You would expect, like, someone else on Capitol Hill to not like this guy on Capitol Hill. But it's kind of weird that, like, Tucker Carlson just way over here doing his own thing got beef with a Dan Crenshaw. I feel like there's something else that happened that I missed. Snooks, Dan Crenshaw deserves all of this. He's a POS. It seems to be. What's up, Mama Bear? Happy freedom to you. Sage Pup, I believed in Crenshaw at first, but after a couple years in Congress, went to the dark rhino side. See, I wonder if he's getting privilege somehow or some side money somehow. He's got to be, right? The corruption has hit him somehow. There's no way he just can play that, play a good Republican when it's necessary, flash his eyelashes and get by. There's got to be some way that he was corrupted along the way. To all the care, Tucker giggles. He does. He gets up there and he just giggles, and for some reason it just makes me laugh. Metal Mouth, I remember when gas was $1.87 a gallon. Me too. Can't wait. Hopefully that comes back soon. Prices are going to go up before they go down because of the tariffs. But once people start playing ball, then I assume everything will stabilize. I've been using my Wesco rewards. I don't know if you guys got Wesco, but if you do, you should get in that rewards program. I just paid $1.40 for gas last night. I think it cost me $17 to fill up the Subaru. I don't know. It's good. It's good stuff. I eat a lot of gas station food though, so that's where I rack up my points. Libby Razor Jeff has an older audience. Yeah. We're all old. I'm just growing into it. Jack, Trump should be keeping a close eye on finances of his appointees. He should have had a complete financial statement from each one before their first day. Well, we'll see how it goes. I don't even think his cabinet complete now? Because I heard last week that there was still like 3 people they were waiting on, but all 3 people were somebody I've never even heard of. If he held the first meeting today, then I suppose that his whole his cabinet is complete. Maybe there will be some checks and balances coming up. I don't really know what to expect. I wasn't paying attention to the administration last time President Trump was in. I didn't even pay attention to politics. I was more concerned with the people burning shit down in the streets. And so we were covering that, but once that died down, we just kind of latched onto politics. And so this is kind of my first round with a real administration. The last round, we were covering Old Man Walter, right? And so Biden got in. We were in the middle of lockdowns. It's not like anything that was happening back then was traditional. So this time around with President Trump is like my real first time seeing a cabinet form and all of that. What's a plastic quack? Happy freedom to you. Jeb, I guess money makes you look younger. Yeah, Jeb, it seems to be that way. Like, I don't know if you guys know who Machine Gun Kelly is, but he had a crazy hairline too. His hairline was way worse than mine, and he got a little bit of money. He got co-signed by Diddy. I wonder what else happened to him about Diddy. But once he got co-signed by Diddy and Bad Boy Records, he got enough money to fix his hairline. I don't even know if I'd do that. If I had $1 million, I'd still be losing my hair. I wouldn't care about that shit. I'd rather waste my money on something else. Zero, Crenshaw got corrupted about 2 years in. I wonder what happened to him. What's up, Sam? Happy freedom to you. Sam, I'm not old. I'm in my prime. That's right, Sam. Mama Bear, he got diddled. You know he did. Diddy did it. You know that's what happened. That's why he was wearing pink and hang out with Megan Fox while they were misgendering their kids. That sounds harsh, but that's real. That's just real life. Viola can't have a joint in hand fidgeting. That's why I got flipped the chapstick. Idle hands. Harley Davidson, Trump's on? What is it on? I'm sitting here watching Fox, and it says, well, you can't even see it. It says in the title right there, live soon, President Trump executive order. It's live. Like, this is the live right here. Let me see if I can find it. What are you watching, Harley Davidson? This is what I mean. This is what I mean. This is why I bitch about it. We shouldn't have to go, let's go find the president in case he's speaking to the people like a big secret. It shouldn't be that way. Let's see. And then, of course, you got all the fake channels. I'm not sure that what you're watching is showing from today, because there's a bunch of fake channels showing yesterday's executive order, and there's a bunch of other channels showing the cabinet meeting from earlier. I'm not seeing anything showing President Trump doing executive orders right now. So we'll see here in a second. I still got this pulled up. Right now, this is the only source I have saying this is doing the thing. Apparently, NASA's to launch a satellite to the moon pretty soon. This woman's got eyebrow blindness. Anyways, we'll see. NASA says all that stuff, and they get everything all prepared, and everyone gets on the edge of their seat, and then a malfunction happens, and they gotta delay it for another 6 months, and they just call the whole thing off. So we'll see. Harley Davidson, you can't post links in the chat. It just shows up as stars. You could, what do they call it on here? You could whisper it to me. That sounds gay. Why did Twitch do that? You can send me a DM, Harley Davidson, and you can send the link that way. The links don't live in the chat. They just get removed immediately. What's up, Trill? Happy freedom to you. That's exactly when I got into politics as well. Yeah. Yep. Tactical Dragon, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't Crenshaw sleep with the spy? Is he the one that did it? I always hear about that there was some politician that got in trouble for sleeping with a spy, but I didn't realize it was Crenshaw. What's up, Swedish House? Happy freedom to you. Do you think there will be a Summer of Love 2025? Yes, I do, Swedish. I do think that we're going to have a spicy summer. I don't think it's going to be George Floyd levels, though. Like, we got to put this in a real perspective here, right? We're not in the lockdowns. We're not worrying about martial law. We're not worried about COVID killing us. We're not worried about vaccine mandates anymore. So without all that pressure, I do not think we're going to see George Floyd level rioting. I just don't. Now, I do think we are going to have a spicy summer. I think we're going to have stupid protesters that smell like shit throwing piss bottles. I almost guarantee that we're going to have that. I don't think the numbers are going to be 1,000 people in front of the Justice Center in Portland, but I do think we're going to have some entertainment this summertime. So definitely make sure to get your locks on your windows and doors and, protect your Second Amendment and stuff like that, because I think we are going to have an active summer. I just don't think it's going to be complete chaos like it was in 2020. So, Proud Ankle, happy freedom to you. What's up, Big Dixon? Happy freedom to you. All right, Harley Davidson. They're playing it in shorts. Oh, that's the wrong link. That's a badass link, though. Yeah, see, that's not President Trump signing executive orders. That's the cabinet meeting from earlier. This channel is a fake channel. I know it's verified by YouTube, but they got 7 or 8 fake channels that are verified by YouTube, and this is one of them. That's why everybody in the chat is speaking Swahili. See, look. You see all the squiggly lines in the chat box there? I know that's not Swahili, but that's what I call it. They speaking that Swahili in there. Same thing the terrorists read and write. But anyways, no, that's not. 1, that's not live. 2, that's not the executive order. But thank you anyway, Harley Davidson. I know you're just trying to help. I do have this live pulled up over here. Like I keep saying, just reminding you guys. It is still pulled up. So if President Trump goes live, like I've been saying, he'll get on the screen. Yeah, Snooks, I checked it. It's all good. Sam, I'm not sure that I like the idea of a gold car citizenship for $5 million. I feel the same way, Sam. I don't really know why we need people paying $5 million to come pretend to be a citizen for a little while. Now, it's not permanent citizenship. It's like a visa. They're only going to be allowed to be here for so long, and then they'll probably have to pay another $5 million or whatever. But they think that they're going to be bringing business. Somebody spends $5 million here, they come hang out in the country, they see the way that we do things, they decide to move their businesses here or build a business here, and that way they can evade tariffs because, right, the manufacturing is coming from within. That could provide jobs for us, money for us. It can help the economy because, if they paid $5 million to be here, to do business here, they're going to have to keep money generating here, which is good for our economy. So I suppose those are supposed to be the benefits of selling gold visas. That's kind of what they are. But yeah, I think it's kind of weird too. It's kind of a weird idea. I would like gas prices to go down and stuff like that. The cost of living to go down. Something to do with housing. Housing is crazy right now. $500,000 for a 2-bedroom house in the middle of nowhere. That doesn't make any sense. I wish they would fix housing. I don't know what the answer is for that. Because if I owned a house and I was renting it out, I'd be damned if somebody was going to tell me how much rent I'm supposed to charge. It's my house, right? So, I don't understand how to fix the problem, but it costs way too much to live. It costs way too much to get a house and stuff like that. I wish they would fix that before offering temporary citizenship for $5 million. But again, I'm not sitting on the top of the hill, so I don't really know what it looks like being all the way up there looking down. I only know what it's like to be at the bottom looking up. So I don't really know, but President Trump thinks it's a good idea, so just sitting here waiting to see what's going to happen. Here, Juicer, good Lord, another story from the bar. I was hungry. You're going to have to tell us during the voice chat here, Juicer. Russell, Arabic. Yeah, that's what I was. Yep. It's not Swahili, it's Arabic. Thank you, Russell. Sam, as long as they're not here to do harm or gain leverage over American people, no cartels, Russians, Russian oligarchs, Chinese BS. Yeah, Sam. And President Trump tried to reassure us during the executive order yesterday when he mentioned the $5 million gold cards that they would be vetted. They couldn't just spend $5 million and just come here and be Osama bin Laden and stuff like that. They have to be validated. Now, who knows what that means, right? But I got hope that they're going to do the right thing. Guess you caught me. You caught me. Shroomish, first thing they could do is quit letting foreign countries buy housing and land here. I agree. I don't think anybody who is from the outside of the country should be buying land here. It just doesn't make sense. We have Americans that don't own land and don't have places to live. Why are we selling our limited space, right? We don't have infinite space. We have a limited space. Why are we selling that to people from outside the country? Don't make sense. Mary Todd, I trust President Trump to vet. Yeah, I have faith in it. Shroomish, Florida banned foreign nationals from buying housing. It's good. It's good stuff. Like, we found out the Roosevelt Motel that's being or hotel, it's being closed in New York, is owned by like Pakistan or something like that. So, I mean, I cared about it closing a little bit because, you know, it's economy and all that until I found out Pakistan owned it. And I was like, well, fuck it. Not that worried. Oh, I appreciate you, Lifelike. Be safe out there and enjoy the rest of your day. Why are you guys all talking about Thin Mints over here? For the Texans, it's a visa with a path to citizenship. Oh, I didn't realize that. It's interesting, but like I said, they're going to be vetted, so. Oh, Liberty Racer, you got Girl Scout cookies yesterday? There's a lot of people that were boycotting Girl Scouts for something. I don't remember what it was. They did something to piss everybody off. And so a lot of people are just buying Girl Scout cookies from Walmart instead of from the Girl Scouts. But I don't know if people forgot about that or what. Supia, I just got a tweet showing President Trump in the Oval Office from today. Not sure if it's the original footage where the original footage came from, though. Yeah, Zupia, that means that we're probably going to see this pretty soon. I've noticed the same exact thing, that X gets the executive order footage first. I don't know if it's from the reporters or how it goes, but I have noticed that X will start showing clips from the executive order, and shortly after, usually within 20 minutes, then the platforms will start showing the video claiming it's live, but then in the top corner it will say previously aired or moments ago or from earlier today, things along those lines. So I imagine pretty soon we're going to see President Trump signing those executive orders. Thank you for letting me know, Zupia. Kevin, would you be mad if I sent you a live emu chick for your birthday? What am I supposed to do with it, Kevin? Klaus Daniels is gonna ride it into work every day. Like, I don't know if I can get that cleared with the apartment. We'll see. Just keeping an eye on things. Sam, I'm fixing to grill some cheeseburgers and drink beers. It's freaking nice out today. That's badass, Sam. I wish I could join you. Zero, Girl Scout cookies are $6 a box. How much did they used to be? I thought they were always expensive. Sam, it's 77 where you are? Enjoy that badass weather. I think it's only like 36 outside today, but that's pretty warm for here. Free the Texans, 80 degrees where you are. You guys enjoy that weather. What's up, Trailer Man? Happy freedom to you. Cinderella, toxic ingredients in Girl Scout cookies, heavy metals, and... Ooh, what the hell is that word? Glycophosphate? I've never heard of that. That's interesting. I did not realize that. Mitchell, it's 79 where you are. Oh, you're in Texas too? Clear blue skies, gentle breeze. That's badass, Mitchell. MAGA, do the kids make those cookies? No. Nope, they sell them off for money. And then they take the money and they usually go do projects and stuff. Like It purchases resources like new outfits. If they're going to do activities, then supplies for the activities, those funds usually go to that. My sister was a Girl Scout for a while, back when we were little kids, before there were cell phones and all the bullshit. Tony Rich, my power is on better than yesterday. Why, you lost power yesterday? Tony Rich, Tucker has Dan off balance. Hair Juice, you can't date emo chicks in your home? No, not emo, emu, like an ostrich, like a giant chicken. You Hill was talking about sending me a giant chicken, not emo girls. No, this is Michigan. We got emo girls left and right. Everyone just dresses in all black here because it's cold 9 months out of the year, so you need as much sunlight as possible to keep your bacon warm, you know? So no, we got emo chicks, but not emu chicks. Jesus, Hair Juicer. Jesus loves us. Anyways, moving forward here, still waiting for President Trump. Let's see where we are. Oh yes, the guy that slayed a pedo. This is titled "Suspect Wanted for Assaulting a Man in Aliquippa. VFW is now in custody." Now again, this is actually from 2 weeks ago, but I didn't hear about this until yesterday. And like I said, I think this guy's a hero. And I just wanted to hear your hooligans' opinions on this. So hit that like button over on Rumble, as well as the CommiTube. I almost said Discord. Yeah, hit the like button on Discord. Either way, hit the like button if you got a like button, and let's get into this.
BrettOwers was caught at a home in West Aliquippa earlier tonight. KDKA's Ricky Sayer had a chance to talk toOwers as he was being taken to jail and to police who've been trying to track him down. Ricky.
Yeah,Owers is being held at the Beaver County Jail behind me this evening. Court documents show that his bail was denied, and we also know that this long manhunt started with a disagreement at a VFW hall. BrettOwers was walked out of a police station tonight.
Why would you do this?
I am a racist, that's why.
So you claim
y'all
you're
keep,
racist?
Hey, y'all keep protecting child molesters. That's what you
Police said the 39-year-old attacked Preston Coleman at this VFW post in January. They sayOwers punched him repeatedly, strangled him, and hit him with a bar stool.
We don't want people like this that are committing these crimes out on our streets.
Aliquippa Detective David Mazzora says their community has been on edge withOwers on the loose.
I mean, everybody knew that he was wanted. And
Mazzora says they were tipped off thatOwers was at a house in West Aliquippa.
Through investigation, we confirmed that he was there.
So they surrounded the home along with state police, U.S. Marshals, and local sheriff's deputies.
When we went down there, he refused to come out. It went into a mild standoff, a barricade, and eventually he came out and just surrendered.
Mazzora saysOwers wasn't armed. He's glad they were able to wrap this up.
It's not just a relief for us, it's a relief for the whole community.
Owers is charged with attempted homicide. The detective said their investigation is still open. He wouldn't comment if they have any other suspects. Live in West Aliquippa, Ricky Sayer, KDK TV News.
Like I said, I think that guy's a hero. I just do. I don't know. Now, it is old. It's 2 weeks old or whatever, but he's being charged with attempted homicide. I think they should drop the charges. That cop is out of his mind. He's like, we don't want people like that here. What do you mean? He slayed a pedophile. He should be given an award. Like, what are you talking about? He shouldn't be in jail right now. And it's funny because in the comments of that video, that's all people are saying. They're like, we want more of those people on the streets. If you police did your job, we wouldn't have to do it for you. There's like a long list of comments that all feel the same way that I do. Next up, we got state representatives look to end same-sex marriage. That's actually happening here in Michigan. I don't know who these guys are, but they want to do away with it. No more gay marriage. I don't know. I don't even know how this got stirred up, but either way, it's coming up next. But first, we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about what I think is this guy being a hero. Russell, yeah, I used to go off-roading in that area. That guy is a hero. I think so. I don't know. There's too much soft-handed treatment for pedophiles. And this guy didn't even kill him, by the way. He beat him down, but he didn't kill him. And apparently the local news, according to the way that guy reacted when they stuck the microphones in his face, I can only assume that their local news is trying to spin it like he's a racist. Because he said, I'm no fucking racist. That's what he said. They bleeped it out. I listened to it really loudly earlier just to justify. Because it kind of sounded like he said, because I'm a racist. That's not what he said. He said, I'm not a effing racist. You guys can keep protecting pedophiles like you always do, or whatever, however he worded that. And I love that. I love that because it's true. The news and the lefties, they are pedophile sympathizers. And that's why they try to come up with saying maps for minor attracted persons. And you know, like I said, they're sympathizers. And so I think this guy's right. He's like, what do you think I did it? He's like, you guys are out here protecting pedophiles. So I don't know. I think he did the right thing. Salty Red Goo should just have to clean the mess up. Yeah, I don't think there should be anybody with hurt feelings over what he did. Astro Hammer, the only Wesco that comes to mind to me is down the street from Double J Ranch. We stayed there once and called it the Double VJJ Ranch. Yeah, Astro Hammer, that's where Electric Forest is. Yeah, Double J Ranch is a pretty awesome resort, and that probably means that the Wesco you went to was in New Era, which is where I get pizza from. That's badass, Astro Hammer. That's actually one of the better Wescos. Russell, I was in Boy Scouts and we sold popcorn. Yep, I remember doing that. Astro Hammer RFK Jr. needs to look into Girl Scout cookies. I think you're right. We need to send him a tweet or something. Metal Mouth Maps, pedophiles, same thing. It is the same thing, but the left, they love their labels. Shroomish. When are they going to toughen the punishments for pedos? It's crazy how little time they get while people rot in jail for petty shit like weed. Yeah, Shroomish. It'll change when we stop having pedophiles run the country. That's when it'll change. We get those people out of here, things will change. But as long as they're the ones running things, they're going to protect the people they favor. Free Thinking Text. I can't read that out loud, but my goodness, I hope that's not true. My goodness. Patriot Dad, I couldn't care less about flamboyant people getting married. It doesn't affect me. Yeah, Patriot Dad, I don't really feel any kind of way about it either. Well, we'll talk about it when we get into it, but yeah, I don't think it matters either. What's up, Scramble Pad? Happy freedom to you. Screaming Eagle, nice shirt. Yeah, he does. Yeah, he's got the American flag on his shirt. Pumpkin, bless him. I know, I'm saying. I don't think he did anything wrong. Yeah, he's rough around the edges. Yeah, he's got face tattoos and everything else. But he didn't go beat up a little kid, right? He didn't hurt some old person. He roughed somebody up that he's saying is a pedophile. So what's the crime? What did he do wrong? What's up, 8Co? Happy freedom to you. Liberty Racer, I engraved MAGA on my shotgun. That's badass. There used to be someone here locally that used to do engraving and stuff like that for firearms. You could go in and he'd laser engrave the slide on your Glock and stuff like that. I don't know if they still do it. I know there was a lot of people worried about rust and stuff like that, so I was always waiting to see how things turned out after a couple months, but never had the money to go actually hit them up. Snooks, we have a Wawa here. It's gas and great food. I've never heard of a Wawa. I would like to get a Sheetz or a Buc-ee's. I wish we would get that here in Michigan. I don't think we have anywhere in the state. But those places seem awesome. Josh 1776, I don't care until you force me to participate and actively approve you being flamboyant. Yeah, Josh 1776. I feel the same way. As long as they're not shoving it down my throat, I don't care what they're doing. If they ain't making me do it and they ain't hurting kids, I don't care what they're doing. Zupia, Wisconsin's getting its first Buc-ee's this year. That's badass, Zupia. You're gonna have to let me know how it goes. I want one bad. Wesco wants me to get one really bad. They're tired of seeing me twice a day. Oh, trolls. Crying. You guys let me know when you're done with the troll over on Twitch and I'll smoke them. What's up, Patriot Show? Happy freedom to you. Measles is an intentional outbreak to push agenda of vaccines, which has only caused chaotic illness or death. Yeah, we talked about it in the beginning. Oh, I forgot. I can't let trolls live over here because that's how I got suspended last time. I let the trolls live too long. And what they do is they talk, you talk back, they report your comments, and then it ends up getting my live taken down. Yeah, never mind. I smoked the troll. Didn't get me high, though. What's up, Detroit River? Happy freedoms to you. Happy freedoms. I love that. Sheets in... What is that? I don't know what this is. I can't even say it. Romulus? I've never heard of that. Hold on. Gotta Google it. Should I have not said that out loud? Is that a place in Michigan? Oh, it's in California. What? I don't know what you're talking about. What's up, Larry? Happy freedom to you. Kentucky, Trailer Man. I appreciate anyone who calls a chomo out. Yep. It's a real deal. That guy did more than call him out. What's up, Cruz? Happy freedom to you. Get some. I was a Girl Scout on Grindr. It was role play night. You're naughty. Get some. What's up, John W? Happy freedom to you. Oh, Romulus is in Detroit? See, I looked it up and said it was in California. Let me find the comment again. Oh, there's a Sheets over by Detroit. That's interesting. Well, I wish it wasn't 4 hours away from me. Otherwise, I'd go there. That's crazy. I didn't know there was one in Michigan. I looked up Buc-ee's the other day, and I think the closest one to me is like Tennessee or Kentucky or something like that. Tactical. Wawa is Sheet's biggest competitor. Interesting. Why is there neither place up north? All of it's down south. Tony Rich, big rain and wind knocked me out till a little bit later afternoon Tuesday. Well, I'm glad you got your power back. That's always a pain in the ass not having power. Especially when it happens to me, which isn't very often, but like everything in my house is just digital crap. So like when the power goes out, I'm basically in an overglorified storage locker. That's it. It's like there's nothing to do at all. Here, Juicer. I don't. We'll see. Let me see. What comes up? It's something terrible, I'm sure. I'm going to look it up after the live here, Juicer. I'm suspicious of what I'm seeing here. Alright, like I said, we're going to get into this next video. It's titled, State Representatives Look to End Same-Sex Marriage Here in Michigan. I don't know who this guy is, but he woke up today and decided that he wanted to pick a fight. And so he did. Once again, this is titled, State Representative Looks to End Same-Sex Marriage. Hit that like button over on Rumble as well as over on the CommuTube, and let's get into this.
I call on the U.S. Supreme Court to overturn Obergefell versus Hodges.
State Representative Josh Shriver unveiled his resolution Tuesday afternoon that looks to have the U.S. Supreme Court overturn its ruling that gives same-sex couples the right to marry.
10 years ago, the United States Supreme Court redefined the sacred institution of marriage. This blunder compromised the mother-father-child family unit. This decision deprived children of a fundamental right to be born and raised by a mother and a father.
In a 5-4 ruling, the highest court in the land declared the 14th Amendment required all states to perform same-sex marriages and to recognize those performed in other states. Shriver, along with 12 co-sponsors, wish to make these marriages null and void. Many in the LGBTQ community and their allies say they are not surprised at the move and feel there are more important things the representative should be thinking about.
We have real problems facing Michiganders. I don't think there's a lot of people sitting at their kitchen table thinking about, their neighbor's marriage.
It's nothing more than political theater right now, just trying to stir up this fear and create division at a time when we don't need to be any more divided. We need to work on coming together.
Shriver joins other Midwestern states like Idaho, Iowa, Montana, North and South Dakotas that have introduced similar resolutions. In a tweet, State Attorney General Dana Nessel had only one thing to say to the authors of the resolution: come and get it. Raven Blue, WNEM.
Okay, like I said, I don't really understand why this got brought up, but they think it's actually going to happen. There's a lot of videos talking about this, and I mean, maybe that's what it is, because I've never heard of this representative before, and he's very young, so maybe he's just trying to make a name for himself. So he figured he'd go out there, he'd do something really controversial, everyone would talk about it, and he'd be making a name for himself, right? You get some publicity off of it. Otherwise, I don't know why they need to do this. There's so much other stuff that they could do for Michigan, like fix the damn roads. But either way, so my question is, do you hooligans think that this is important on any level? And do you think this is a good idea? Like, do you think that this should happen? Is this proper use of tax money? Is this something that we should be worried about? Or is there bigger fish to fry? I don't know. It just kind of came out of left field. Either way, next up we have growing threat. Texas rancher has been killed by a suspected cartel IED. It's coming up next, and this is kind of our biggest news video because after that we got lefties losing it. But either way, this is coming up next. First, we're going to read through the chat, see what you hooligans think about Michigan trying to end same-sex marriage. Here, Juicer, I'll check it out after the live. Let me pull up a tab really quick. Josh 1776, you're cracking me up. Josh 1776, my university put up signs saying that shape-shifting students have to use an individual bathroom now and can't use the male or female. Interesting. Here, Juicer, I lost power last night. My oven was only 2 weeks away from being correct again. Damn. So close, Hair Juicer. I pride myself at changing the time on the stove and all of that, because I know that there's like 70% of people out there who can't do it. Zero, it's not important, but God doesn't like it. I don't care if flamboyant people want to be together. Yeah, well, and what I've always thought, like, I don't care if they go get their stupid little piece of paper saying they're married. That's fine. That doesn't matter. But I think it's wrong to force a religion to acknowledge you. I think that's wrong. I think for them to go into churches and say, you have to marry us, even though in the Bible it says it's wrong, you still have to do it. I think that's wrong. I don't think them getting married and doing their own thing by the law, right? The law of marriage. I don't think anything's wrong with that. But I think forcing a religion to go against their own beliefs just to accommodate you, I think that's wrong. But I don't think any of this is important. Me personally, I don't. I think that they could fix the roads, and that'd mean a lot more to me than worried about what other people are doing, getting married or not getting married. Snooks, I think it's great, and that your state went red. Yeah, I'm pretty proud of Michigan turning red this year. tree herder. Yeah, that's some of the stuff I can't read out loud just because the commie platforms like Twitch and YouTube, they'll come after me. But yeah, Wolf Scout, happy freedom to you. I don't care as long as they aren't pushing it in our faces, or more importantly, pushing it onto young people and kids. Yeah, Wolf Scout, that's exactly how I feel too. I don't care what people do as long as they ain't making us do it, or, you know, forcing everyone around them to play the game, and as long as they're not hurting kids. Too old to care marriage is a sham. Government fingers and everything. Yeah, too old to care. I've said that on the live before. If I ever got married, I'm not paying $20 for the stupid piece of paper from the government so they can fuck me in my taxes every year. No, thank you. The only benefit of having that stupid little piece of paper is that they can't force your wife to testify against you. That's it. Otherwise, there is no benefit. You can walk around and write whatever name you want to on anything. Look at the illegals. The illegals do whatever the fuck they want to here. And we're supposed to worry about what name we write on stuff? Nah, we're overthinkers. You can get married and not get the piece of paper and nobody would know. What the hell was that? I think Klaus Daniels over here wrecking stuff. Either way. Mary Todd, waste of time? Yeah, I think so too. Tony Rez, these damn folks lost their minds. Yeah. I really think that he just did it for publicity. It just seemed to come out of nowhere. What's up, B. Hendricks? Happy freedom to you. Screaming Eagle, you got sheets in Pennsylvania? I didn't know that. It always seemed like it was south of me. Patriot Show. We're not even talking about that stuff. I don't really know why you're going off about stuff nobody's even talking about. Corey Luca, the four witches of Michigan. The AG press secretary worked at Wood TV of Grand Rapids. I seen the crappy live. The 6 cop cars were ablaze and ran into your first live later. True story. Yeah, Corey Luca. It wasn't that long ago. We played the first live. I'm trying to think what it was. I don't think it was New Year's. It might have been New Year's. No, it wasn't New Year's. A couple months ago, we played the very first live that I covered. Yeah, Grand Rapids burning down. What's up, Status Quo? Happy freedom to you. Important to reverse to traditional values and to natural order of society. Yeah, status quo, I mean, I suppose, but I just wish that they would fix other things that affect more people than whether or not 2 individuals are married. I feel like Michigan has a lot of work to do, and starting there doesn't really make a lot of sense. MAGA, how are the adopted kids coming out? Almost everyone is talking about that, and I can't read that stuff out loud because YouTube and Twitch is watching. Detroit River. Talk of a Sheets coming to Cadillac or Traverse City. That's awesome. I didn't realize that. Well, I guess you guys will just have to tell me. You let me know when there's a Sheets in town. I want to go check it out. What's up, Michael? Happy freedom to you. Hair juicer. This is quite a controversial topic. I didn't realize there was going to be so much stuff I wasn't going to be able to read out loud. Let me see if we're ever going to see President Trump live today. I'm starting to have my doubts at this point. See, now they're showing Florida. Florida officials provide update on border security. What's it going to do with President Trump? I don't think we're going to be able to see his executive orders. Let me check the White House so we can see what it is that he even signed today. Oh, I'll put it on the full screen. says implementing the President's Department of Government Efficiency Cost Efficiency Initiative. So apparently this is what he did today. Maybe. Unless it says Tuesday. It doesn't really state days. This could be yesterday's EO or this might be today's. It says Section 1. This order commences transformation in federal spending on contract grants and loans to ensure government spending is transparent and government employees are accountable to the American people. I'm not going to read all of this stuff. DOGE team lead means the leader of the DOGE team at each agency as defined in executive order. Weird. I'm going to drop this link in the chat, and if you got, well, I don't even think this link will fit on YouTube, but everywhere else will should be able to get it. Let me see. Yeah. If you would like to read this, then you are welcome to it. I'm not going to sit here and read through all this crap. But this is either the EO from yesterday or it's today. Again, if the White House actually put their, ducks in a row here, we'd know these kind of things. But everything's a damn secret right now, so I can't really tell you. But either way, this is the latest information from the White House. I don't know if this is today's executive order or yesterday's, because yesterday we covered the page and that one had yesterday's date, but the EO was actually from the day before. So like I'm saying, this messiness from the White House really has no excuse, especially one provided. They obviously have the resources, but either way. Zero, the date's under the title you clicked. Okay. Since there seems to be confusion, let me show you an example of what I was talking about and why I don't just accept those dates. Okay, so here's our example. As you can see the link I just provided. Right here, I highlighted it in blue. Right below it, this is what we showed yesterday, maybe. Bam, this is what we showed yesterday. Right below it, you can see it says February 25th, right? That's yesterday. Yesterday was Tuesday. But see, if we click on it, we go into here. Somewhere in here, let's do this. Control F. We'll type in Monday. Let me see. Somewhere in here it says the day, and the day is wrong. And we read it yesterday. Let me see where it is. Let's see, like here. Executive order of June 2024. But it says 2025 or the 25th here, not the 24th. Right here, June 24. But there's somewhere on here it says Monday. And we covered it yesterday, and I realized that it said all of that. And so then I found out that these are not accurate. Hold on, let me get this out of here. They're not accurate to the day. This is just when they posted it. So it's like, you look at it like a blog post. This blog was posted on the 25th. This one is posted on the 26th. It doesn't mean this order's from the 26th. They just posted it on the 26th. So I don't really know. And again, it's a lack of transparency, which looks deceptive, which is a problem. So they should be more transparent about this. Besides, I would like to see President Trump live with the executive orders, not just to know what the executive orders are and what their intentions are, but he also answers questions. He takes questions from the press as, they're going through the deal there. That's more information that we're getting on what to expect, what changes are coming, what people are bitching about, and we also have the opportunity to see the press get yelled at, which is always amusing. So there's lots of reasons why I think that they should show the stuff live, show it accurately to a certain degree, right? We expect to go live at 3. Sometimes we go live at 4. Shit happens. I understand. President Trump's late all the damn time. Doesn't matter to me. But if we could assume that he was going to actually go live, and we could assume that our questions would be answered, it would feel better than feeling like they're being deceitful. And again, we already know what's going on, but you got to think about this like the normies. Right? The normies don't know shit. They don't watch TV every day. They have the blue news barking at them every day that there's a threat to our democracy. The orange man's bad. Well, then you're like, oh, there's an EO today. Really? What is it? I don't fucking know. Oh, why? Well, because they don't tell us. Oh, okay. Well, didn't he do it live? No. Why not? They do the press briefings live. I don't fucking know. See, and there's no good reason for that. So if there is a justifiable reason, like a threat, tell us. Because otherwise you're making the administration look bad. Now, this isn't Trump's fault. This is the media team's fault. And they have the resources. So they need to get their ducks in a row. Because I'm tired of chasing the goose and wondering if it's a goose at the same time. Anyways, moving forward here, like I said, we're going to read through really quick. But next up, we got this very interesting story about a Texas rancher that was killed by a cartel IED. This guy was killed like he was in Iraq, which is terrible. That shit should not be happening here in America. But it is. It's coming up next. Snooks, Fox Live is showing Trump will sign EOs today. If it happens, he'll show it. That's what I have pulled up right now, too. But right now, they actually got Ron DeSantis on the screen talking about combating illegal immigration. Here, Juicer, they'll also change the headline to the same URL. Will alter the title at a different date. Yeah. That's like I was saying. It's like a blog post more than a date of when it happened. Yeah, Zero, it's like a publishing date. Electrohammer, put the EO in Grok and have them summarize it. Well, yeah, but the thing is like if they didn't do it today, enter user, there was a signing yesterday. I know, but there's a signing today. Look, I'll show you guys. You guys should just trust me, but you know what? I know how hard it is to trust people. So I'll show you the actual schedule. This is President Trump's public schedule. Okay, I'll refresh the page so you know it's not Photoshop. Alistair did not make this for me. This is the real deal. So this is for today, Wednesday. And at 3 p.m. today, the president signs executive orders. So where's those orders? That's what I'm saying. It shouldn't be this way, but it is. It's all right. We're staying up to date with it, but I just wish you guys could see the perspective that I'm saying. It's not about us. We just have wants, and we're going to laugh about it anyways. But the normies are the ones that are going to feel that President Trump turned his back on them, right? Millions of people out there voted for President Trump. The majority of them are normies. They were influenced to vote for him because of transparency and a bunch of other promises. Most of the promises have already been made, which is great. The transparency is starting to look lacking, kind of like the admin for DOGE being a secret. That shouldn't have been a secret. It's not now. Now everybody knows who it is. But Caroline Leavitt seemed outraged that she had to admit who the admin of DOGE was. Why? We pay for that person. We pay for the admin. Why is it a secret? You know, so I don't know. That's the only thing I think is ridiculous. Yeah, enter user. I know. Only this Fox Live, they're the only ones saying that they got the updated feed, but they haven't shown it. So it makes me wonder if they even have it. Toilet care, I agree, but they are more transparent than the previous administration. Yeah, absolutely. Zupia, if you see anything about American lumber, it's from today. I haven't heard anything about that, but hopefully it makes prices go down because I know lumber is expensive, and that's part of why they're charging so much for housing, like when they build houses and stuff like that. Even though they build houses out of crap, if you see new houses, they're like cardboard houses. They're made out of really cheap materials, and then they want $500,000 for it. Electric Hammer Sheets has got nothing on Buc-ee's. Really? What makes Buc-ee's better? What's up, Abigail? Happy freedom to you. Non-woke. I'm gay a little. Well, that's all right. Sure, there's lots of gay hooligans. But don't bother me. They're not the kind of people that are pushing themselves on others. It's those lefties out there that are always hurting children. Enter user, I usually get a heads up, and I've heard nothing yet. Yeah, I feel that we're not going to be able to see the feed today. This one news station is the only one that's showing it. Everywhere else, they're not. The National Desk and all that, they're not They have no titles, no upcoming lives. So I just think we're not going to be able to see it today. Mom Bear, you got to watch the inauguration? Yeah, that was a long day. We were live for like 10 hours, maybe longer that day.
Each one of them.
Let me see. Harley Davidson, no, that's yesterday. Those are executive orders from yesterday. Because we actually covered that as live as we could. It was a pre-recording, but we did capture it on time. Mitchell, my wife, a real female. You didn't have to put that, but I laughed that you did. That's great. My wife, a real female, has been together for 37 years, and we have no marriage license, nor have we needed one. People who are meant to be together stay that way. God helping, of course. Absolutely, Mitchell. Yeah, and that's what I was saying earlier. You don't need that $20 piece of paper from the government that screws over your taxes. That has nothing to do with being with the person you're supposed to be with. You hill posting the goose. I'm saying. Sage Pop, most of the great forests are chopped down. They keep it away from highways, etc. Yeah. Mama Bear, you were in Portugal? I'm glad you made it back safely. Hope you had a good time. All right, hooligans, we're going to move forward. Like I said, this next story is very interesting, or at least I think so. It's titled, Growing Threat, Texas Rancher Killed by Suspected Cartel IED. Now, in this video, I think, because I watched a bunch of videos on this to try and figure out which one was the best one. Most of them were a bunch of nothing. But I believe the guy was on our side of the border. Now, this rancher was known to work on both sides of the fence. I'm not sure what they had him doing. But I believe he was on our side of the border when he drove over this IED that the cartel had put in the ground, causing him to die. His son is a veteran, and he thinks that this is a form of terrorism and that the cartel should be declared terrorists. I've been saying that for years at this point, and I don't know why they don't declare him terrorists. I mean, we know with Old Man Walter, he must have been in bed with the cartel. There's no excuse for what was going on, except for Old Man Walter must have been doing deals with the cartel. But now we got President Trump. So we need to do something about these cartels. Like I said, this rancher was just killed. Now, before we get into this, I want to remind you hooligans really quick that you should go check out the Only Hooligan shop for custom items that are obviously hooligan themed, and all of it is made by Alistair. There is no third party or anything like that. So anything you purchase from the Only Hooligan shop contributes to me, Alistair, and keeping the live running. So definitely go check out the Only Hooligan shop for cool hooligan custom items. Let's get this video going. This one I've been waiting on all day. Now, unfortunately, Fox thought it would be a really good idea to put music in this video and to play it so damn loudly that it distracts you from everything that he's saying. So thankfully, I wrote everything down, so we'll be able to review it. But either way, we do this for receipt purposes, just to validate that I'm not making shit up. This is, once again, Growing Threat. Texas rancher killed by suspected cartel IED. Hit that like button if you got a like button, and let's get into this.
In an operation first reported on Fox, Homeland Security and Texas agents arresting roughly 90 illegal migrants just outside of Houston. Border Czar Tom Homan joining the bust and says this was just phase one of the operation targeting illegal criminals, charging the suspects with homicide, manslaughter, and child sexual abuse charges. Texas Governor Greg Abbott posting to X, quote, thanks to ICE, HSI, and the Texas Department of Public Safety for cracking down on this illegal immigrant hotbed. We must remain vigilant about this neighborhood. A Texas rancher dead after being hit by a blast from a suspected cartel IED. The rancher was working on both sides of the U.S.-Mexico border when he drove over the explosive device just south of Brownsville, causing it to detonate. The victim's son, who is an Army veteran, says, quote, I consider this a terrorist attack because if I went to war to fight terrorists and I'm seeing the same thing here, to me, my personal opinion, it is a terrorist attack. Meanwhile, the Texas Agriculture Commissioner urging everyone who works near or across the border to use extreme caution and avoid cartel-controlled areas.
All right. Get your booty down. Yeah, lay the butt down. You're a good boy. Anyways, so I was doing some Googling while covering that video there. Again, they put a bunch of music in that news clip, which made it distracting. But in that video, they were talking about how 90 border crossers were arrested in Texas. Jesus loves us. Hold on a second. Okay, let's try this again. 90 border crossers have been arrested in Texas, but then they go on to talk about how a rancher was working on both sides of the border and he had drove over a cartel IED. The rancher's son is a veteran and he feels that this is a terrorist attack. Now, while I was Googling things, I think Trump did already declare that foreign cartels are terrorists. So I would like to know, what are they going to do about this? Apparently on January 21st, President Trump called for the State Department to label Mexican cartels as foreign terrorist organizations. So I guess I don't really know if that went through or not, but apparently there was a call for it. But either way, if they're doing terrorism, it's terrorism, right? It's an IED. They're putting explosives in the ground. What are we going to do about it? We just going to let that happen? I've never seen the cartel do anything that's really technologically advanced. They just found out that they could weaponize drones just a couple months ago. We've known about drones for a very long time. So if they're so primitive, why do we allow them to do things like this? If we got so many people on the border, how are they leaving IEDs, especially in areas where people are working and things like that? Now, again, I believe this guy was killed on our side. They said that he was south of some town in Texas. I Googled it to make sure that it was our town and not Mexico's town. And it is on our side, and it said south of this town. So I went and looked it up. He was on American soil, and he was killed by a cartel IED. I don't understand why this isn't bigger news. There's only 2 news channels talking about this on all of YouTube. And so, again, I don't know why this isn't raising more, there's no one raising more awareness to this. It was bad enough when they found out how to weaponize drones. Now they're blowing people up like this is Iraq or some shit. And so hopefully they'll actually do something, but that's kind of the theme. We want them to do something. These liberals are out here teaching illegals how to evade ICE. Elected officials are teaching people to evade ICE. Now we got cartel leaving IEDs on our side of the fence. Like, when is enough enough? When are they going to start doing something? I want to see them glass this cartel. I want to see them arrest some governors and mayors that are trying to aid and abet illegals, right? Like, where's some real accountability at? Like, these changes are nice, but I'm ready for some hard-hitting accountability, and hopefully it shows up soon. Next up, we got Lefties Losing It, titled Don Lemon plunges further into the lefty oblivion after message to Megyn Kelly. Now, again, this is Lefties Losing It. It's going to be a plethora of clips of lefties losing their marbles. It's coming up next, and that will be the last little bit of our news before we get into fun stuff. But first, we're going to read through the chat, see what you hooligans think about this rancher being killed by a cartel IED. Russell, it only takes minutes to place and conceal an IED. See, I don't know much about it. Never messed up or messed with any of that stuff. Never wanted to blow myself up. Anything like that. It's not good, though. Snuck's US side? Yeah, that's what I figured. Zero, some ranchers work across the border. That's what they said about this guy, that he works on both sides. But when he was killed, I believe he was on our side. Russell, IED is terrorism. Yeah, well, they should do something. They just smoked an American on our soil. Zero, right after he sent the military to go train the Mexican, whatever they were. They're not Marines. I think we sent Marines to go train their Navy or something like that. I don't know, but now we got these problems. Hair juicer, right? We've begun an investigation and found loads of messed up crimes, arrest somebody. Yeah, I'm saying here, Juicer. Jack, YouTubers are the bottom feeders of free speech. Yeah. There's no free speech on YouTube. Not at all. Jack, you're cracking me up one by one. Metal Mouth Klaus finally shows up. Diva. I know. Mama Bear only 90? Yeah, that's what it says. And that's from yesterday. There isn't even anything talking about border crossers being arrested today. I'm sure they are, but it's not in the news. Pumpkin, that's a shame. Poor guy. I know, he was just working, gets blown up. You never think about terrorism hitting you at home. Tree Herder, time for scorched earth. I agree. We shouldn't be allowing them to just smoke us over here on our soil. Libby Racer, went to a ranch when I was young and rode horses. It was fun. I'm not a big fan of horses, but it'd be nice to go outside. I know that. I'm so tired of all the damn snow. The snowbanks are taller than I am at this point. I just live in the frozen wasteland. It's been 40 degrees for 3 days. There's still 40. There's still 4 inches of ice on the road. Like, I don't know if our snow is immune to sunlight or what the hell is going on, but today got up near 40. Still just ice all over the roads. Sick of it. I'm sick of it. Even the sun can't clean it up. Harley Davidson, who knows if it was really the cartel? Yeah, it could have been just some asshole that put that out there. You never know. What's up, Rich? Happy freedom to you. I'm Jan. A 74-year-old Texas rancher and one other person were killed and the third person was injured. Who is the second? I haven't heard about a second person being killed. Tactical Dragon, Doge, Democrats officially getting exposed. Yeah, hurts them right in their little feelings. I'm Janet. You heard it was on the Mexican side of the border? Maybe it was. Weird. I haven't heard about the second person being killed. Maybe we'll have a follow-up video to that. What's up, Sanford? Happy freedom. It was 60 degrees there. That's badass. MAGA, 4 inches is still a lot. That's what I say on date night. Yes. Astrohammer, I guess you can't have both. It's Wesco or good weather. That's right, Astrohammer. That's right. All right, hooligans, we're going to go ahead and move forward here to the last little bit of our news before we get into the fun stuff. This is hardly news, but it's entertaining. This is titled Don Lemon plunges further into lefty oblivion after message from Megyn Kelly. Now, it's not just about Don Lemon. This is lefties losing it. So it's going to be a plethora of lefties losing their marbles. So hit that like button if you got a like button, and let's get into this.
Now it's time for lefties losing it. And of course, we've got to start with the chief loon herself, Joy Reid. Now, please get your tissues ready, because she's filmed her last ever show on MSNBC. I know, it's so sad. And in true joyless Joy style, she ended with a warning to America.
We begin tonight with what I think is the question. When you are in the midst of a crisis, and specifically a crisis of democracy, how do you resist? When fascism isn't just coming, it's already here.
Well, that is a good question, Joy, because look at what happens when you resist. You got fired for your hatred and race baiting. She still doesn't get why she was fired, does she? It still hasn't quite tweaked in that brain of hers. And look, who comes to her defense? Guess who? Fellow MSNBC host Rachel Maddow, who's gone on an unhinged rant implying that the network is racist for firing Joy.
It is also unnerving to see that on a network where we've got two, count them, two non-white hosts in primetime, both of our non-white hosts in primetime are losing their shows, as is Katie Fang on the weekend. And that feels worse than bad, no matter who replaces them. That feels indefensible, and I do not defend it.
Geez, MSNBC has some big issues. And what a shame Rachel has not offered to resign in solidarity. And the lefty meltdowns over joyless Reid keep on coming. In strolls Don Lemon, you know, the sacked former CNN host, who continues his plunge into lefty oblivion. And this time he has a message for Megyn Kelly because he thinks that she was mean to poor old Joy.
So let me just say to Megyn Kelly, in my 30-some years as a journalist and my 50-some years as a person of color, go yourself, okay?
That career was cut short, in case he's forgotten. But gosh, he's really struggling with relevance, isn't he? Now I want you all to meet the drag queen pastor. You heard that correct. Who goes by the name Brock Bottom and seems to be taking indoctrination to a whole new woke level.
From the moment we were born, and perhaps even before that, when families gather to reveal the sex organs of their child, that the drag show begins. The blue confetti falls and the pink smoke clears, and there's a mad dash to project cultural and societal expectations of gender performance onto that child. These are learned behaviors that can be shaped either through shame or affirmation based on a perceived correct performance.
There's a lot to unpack, isn't there? But maybe it's just about letting kids be kids, you know, the basics. Quite simple, actually. And not exactly what you would expect to hear when you go to church. And now to the true face of the American left. The Democrats at it again. Here is Jasmine Crockett's message for Elon Musk.
If you could speak directly to Elon Musk, what would you say?
F off.
That's it.
They never learn, do they?
Yes, that is lefties losing it. Crockett, she should be voted out immediately. I can't believe she's on Capitol Hill at all. She's one of the worst elected officials. She's dumber than AOC. Like, whatever her name is, something Crockett from Texas. She's just a piece of shit. Either way, that's the last little bit of the news. We got fun stuff coming up next. We're going to be opening today's door from the Advent calendar that was sent to us by Josh1776. And then we'll be getting into our funny videos of the day. And we got some good ones today. Either way, we're going to be reading through the chat really quick before we get into the fun stuff. Jay Spray, her job was so stressful she lost all of her hair. I feel so bad for the racist bitch. Yeah, Jay Spray. I don't know. Who knows where she's going to pop up next. I doubt she's done. She'll probably come out with her own podcast or something. We'll still have to look at her. Astro Hammer, no, I didn't. I wasn't listening close enough for that. Russell, why would you go to a church like that just to pray to the devil? Salty Ragu, man, God's gonna be pissed. I had nothing to do with it, God. I have snorkel and fire blanket. Let's roll. Yeah, Salty Ragu. I know he's just shaking his head at us. He can't believe the shit we're going through right now. And Cyril, that is not a church. No, they love mocking churches. They've been doing that since lockdowns. Remember they were praying to their shape-shifting God or whatever? There was a viral clip we played back in 2022 where there's some woman who had rainbow shit around her neck or whatever, and they were talking about God as if he was a shapeshifter and he loves lesbians and I don't know, a bunch of stuff that's completely untrue. It's just simply blasphemy. But they love that. They love to mock God. They don't even believe in God. Zero, they've been infected by demons. Yeah. Stoner, CNN fired a skinhead. Yeah, that's one way to put it. I like that. Toilet care, such big words from a small mind. Yeah, like I said, I don't think she's going to go away. There's something about evil people. They don't die, you know. They just linger. They just linger around. So I'm sure it's not the last we've seen of Joy Reid. Somebody will pick her up. Look at Jen Balsacki. She's still around. She's terrible at everything she does. Non-woke tissue, anyone? Nah. I wiped pretty good earlier today. Not shitting my pants over Joy Reid. Nana, what happened to the Trump Live? It never happened. I still got it. But see, they got DeSantis on the screen now. It still says down here, live soon, President Trump signs executive orders at the White House. They've been live for 7 hours. Did they change the title yet? Nope, they didn't. They still claim that President Trump's going to sign these executive orders. But, you know, that ain't going to happen. I just don't think so at this point. I think they get more viewers with Trump in the headlines than saying Ron DeSantis, so it just is what it is. At this point, I don't think we're going to see it. What's up, Afro Man? Happy freedom to you. Afro Man, I can find you the link for a year membership on the website. What's up, Jules? Happy freedom to you. I'm Janet. Rachel Maddow had most of her staff fired now too. Yeah. Well, I think they're all gonna end up getting canned. Pushing that hate doesn't work out in the end. What's up, Total? Happy freedom to you. John W. That lady's got some shoulders. Mm-hmm. What's up, Kelly? Happy freedom to you. 58 where you are? Out in Pennsylvania? It's not bad. John W., that's why we have April showers in Michigan. It washes all the road salt. Yeah. Yeah. That's what's keeping the snow alive there, is it's packed full of dirt and road salt. Yeah. It's true. My Subaru looks like shit. It looks like it's got a skin disorder or something because there's so much salt on it. And I shouldn't let it be that way. It's going to eat the paint away, but I don't know. I ain't got time to be going and get it all, taking a bath and stuff. It howls when it goes down the road. There's something wrong with my brakes. It leaks gas. I mean, I got all kinds of problems at this point. Snooks, I got to find the link for the 1 year membership because I don't advertise it because there's no refunds on it. That's the thing. There's no reason why you would need a refund, but I'm not going to delegate months out of a year. So that's why we don't offer it to just anybody. But for the hooligans that ask for it personally, then you get the link. So just let me find it here in a second. What you got, Salty Ragu? What is this, Astral Hammer? Little cat and mouse? Salty Ragu, AOC, Crockett, and a bottle of tequila on a live stream. I'd watch that. Oh, Salty Ragu, that would be crazy. There'd be so much screaming and people flicking their nails and howling. It's just, it'd be something. That'd be some real entertainment, I tell you. Rappy, we got up in the 80s here in Tennessee today, broke over 100-year record. That's crazy, Rappy. Hope you got some, you were able to enjoy the weather a little bit. Patriot Show, what do you know about drones? Nothing. Nothing really. What's up, Shark? Happy freedom to you. Alright, hooligans. We're going to get into the fun stuff. Let me see if I can find something really, really quick, though. Really quick, like. I gotta check on something. Is 10 Man with us? No. That's alright. I will write him later. All right, Afroman. There's the link right there. Let me know if you have any questions or anything. It should take you right to the checkout page. Because like I said, it's not offered to everybody. That year membership, it's only for those that ask. So let me know if you have any questions or anything like that. But that link will do everything you need it to. Like I said, we're going to get into the fun stuff. We are getting ready to open today's door from the advent calendar that was sent to us by Josh1776. And we got these videos coming up, and they're funny. They are funny. So like I said, we're going to open today's door from the advent calendar. Today is day 14 out of 24. Let's see who we get today. Oasis. It's a Oasis ghost. He's happy to see you guys, though. Thank you, Josh1776. I really appreciate you. These figures are the best. If you guys are new here, we got lots of these. Let me show you. I'm eventually going to have to take a picture of all of it. I can't even hold all of them. With just so many of these little guys here. They are fantastic. I love them. Appreciate you, Josh1776. Like I said, once we open all of them, I'll take a picture of all of them side by side. You can see all 24 figures we got. We unlocked. Anyways, we're going to get into our funny videos, but before we do, I want to remind you hooligans really quick, if you would like to support the live to keep us running, you're welcome to use that Linktree link in the description in order to send donations. You can do that by using PayPal, Cash App, Stripe, Locals, Buy Me a Coffee, or you can even send crypto. Like I said, we got these funny videos coming up. Hold on, crazy. Let's see, full screen. I think these are good ones. This first one is titled, I Swear It Wasn't Me.
This man just crashed into the back of my fucking car because he was looking for his chapstick, he said. Because he was looking for his fucking chapstick, he said. All my shit, bro. Everything I've worked for.
Now, in my defense, I was looking for the chapstick, okay? She didn't have to act like I was lying. She just, she was a little shaken up. It's okay. Anyways, we got one more good one. And this one is, well, this is titled, You Can't Take Us Hooligans Anywhere.
Nice ski with my Everybody say titties. Ashton Milton. What the heck?
Dang. Can't take us hooligans anywhere. Well, hooligans, that is all the coffee I had for you guys today. I'm grab this Linktree link really quick and drop it in all the chats. And we got the Pledge of Allegiance coming up next. Of course, we're going to read through before we get to that. I've been waiting all day to show you guys that video. He was a hooligan at heart. She just didn't know it. I can't wait till the next time I'm taking pictures. Everybody say titties. All right, hooligans. There's the Linktree link where all of my links are listed. So if you'd like to make donations, join membership programs, or purchase any merch, would really appreciate it. All of your guys' contributions keep us running every day except for Sunday, because we got to have a day to recharge those batteries. Definitely go join Discord. Discord is our free hooligan community. It's the best way to be notified every single time we go live. The hooligans are there keeping the conversation going 24/7, and we have 2 news boards to keep you up to date with everything going on around the world. So definitely go join Discord. If you're feeling real saucy, go join jeffmaclive.com. Over on the website, it is the best way to experience the live. Our built-in chat has more ability than any other platform. You can post memes and GIFs and custom emojis and links and all kinds of stuff right there while watching the live. You'll have access to Hooligans Alley, which is our private social media area. You'll have access to the forums, which is to encourage open discussion. You'll have access to the arcade, which is full of games that are a ton of fun. And you will also have access to our advanced messaging system with the built-in group chats that gives you the ability to text each other, call each other, video call each other, group texting, group calling, group video calling, and more. Plus, you'll be able to join us Fridays, 6 p.m. Eastern time, or well, maybe 7 p.m. Eastern time for our voice chat, which is a lot of fun. So definitely go get yourself a membership over on jeffmaclive.com. It's the home of the hooligans. We're going to read through really quick. We got the Pledge of Allegiance coming up next. Hair Juicer, show my racist Pez dispenser. You never showed it to me, Hair Juicer. I was Googling it, and you hadn't found it yet, so I haven't got to see it. But no, I can't show that on the live. I can on Saturday. I can't today, though. Twitch and YouTube's too sensitive. Interesting. Let me take a gander really quick. Actually, I bet I have a notification on my phone. What is this? Doo-doo-doo. Afro Man, you're such a badass. You are the first hooligan to subscribe for a year up front. Thank you so much for joining the membership program, and welcome to the family. You're officially a hooligan. And I appreciate you, Afro Man. Thank you so much. That's so badass. Holy. 1 year up front. That's awesome. Hey, thank you, Too Old to Care. I appreciate you being here. Libby Racer, light rain in Detroit. It's better than snow. Thank you, Pumpkin. Thank you, Rappy. Libby Racer, definitely. Mm-hmm. What's up, Muskie Boss? Happy freedom to you. Libby Racer, she had a 5 o'clock shadow. Well, you know, she's going through things. Thank you, Sage Pop. Appreciate you, Plastic Quack. Are you figuring it out, Afro Man? Here, I'll send you the link. Bam. If you click that, Afro Man, it should bring you right into the live where all of us are. What's up, Miss Gen X? Happy freedom to you. Those are cool little figures. Wait a minute. Those are so cool. The little figures are epic. Josh rocks. I agree, Gen X. Thank you. Well, I appreciate you joining us, Shark. I keep getting distracted by this goofy ass live over here. I'm so disappointed. I really thought we were going to be able to see President Trump live, but it just, you know, it just never happened. So I'm going to just close it out so it's done distracting me. Because I keep seeing it out of the side of my eye, and I'm like, wait a minute, we're going to capture the president. No, not today. That's all right. Salty Ragu, I want one. It's going to be hard to sign it, Salty Ragu. Give you an autograph. Plastic Quack, don't drop the chapstick. That's right. That's yard rules around here. In prison, you got to worry about dropping the soap. Over here on Hooligan Island, you got to worry about dropping the chapstick. Mm-hmm. Hard life. Anyways, hooligans, it is that time once again. Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Yes. You gotta say it like you mean it, or don't say it at all. We're going to read through one last time just to make sure no hooligans are left behind, but we will be live again tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern Time, for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. We'll keep an eye out for Caroline Levitt doing a press briefing so we can capture it live. I will also be keeping an eye out for any lives coming out of the White House, executive orders, meetings, maybe a foreign leader will show up. You never know. President Trump, he's very active. But I will be keeping an eye out. But keep in mind, 3 p.m. Eastern Time, we'll be live again with Coffee with Hooligans. We're going to read through them one last time. We're wrapping her up. Josh 1776, sign and sell them to fund the car repair. Well, we'll see. We'll see, Josh 1776. I want to keep them. I love them. Hair juicer. Oh, I see. Oh my God. Hair juicer, remind me. We'll show it on Saturday. It's too good for the YouTube Twitch chat. Like, I don't think I can show it. Somebody will report it. We'll show it on Saturday. Remind me, Hair Juicer. I look forward to showing everyone that. That's hilarious. Thank you, Cassie J. Thank you, Josh1776. Thank you, Salter Ragu. Appreciate you, U-Hill. Thank you, Pumpkin. Much love to you. Nana, play ball. That's right. Thank you, Rappy. Non-woke. Is Klaus upside down? A little bit. Oh, what's up, buddy? How's it going? Oh, you just smacked yourself in the face. Yeah, everybody saw that. Hold your toes. No, don't hold the toes. Oh, okay. See, now he's all bent out of shape. It'd be that way sometimes. Thank you for being here, Viola. I'll check on it after, man. Let me see. I'll check on it after live. I will. Let me see. Write me an email to this. That way I can contact you until I figure it out. I'll get it situated. It'll only take a second, but just send me an email. That way I can contact you in case there is something else I need you to do. But you should be good. All right, I think we are good to go. Here, Juice, that thing always makes me smile. I know, that is hilarious. Sage Pup, the feds are getting big hairy balls in their face right now, and it's kind of cool and fun to watch. I agree, Sage Pup. Thank you for being here with us. All right, we are good to go. Like I said, we will be live again tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern time for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. We'll be keeping an eye out for Caroline Levitt doing a press briefing, and we will also be watching for President Trump going live for any reason he may find to go live. I'll do my best to make sure we all capture it while it's live, or even if it is a pre-recording. Just know I got my eyes on it. Either way, go enjoy the rest of your night. Hope you had good weather and you got to enjoy it if you did have good weather. If not, keep your ass indoors. There's dangers out there. Those lefties, they still exist. So make sure you're being safe. Go find yourself some good food. That's what I'm going to be doing right now. But either way, enjoy the rest of your night and make sure you find your way back here tomorrow. Huge shout out to everyone that made donations, joined the membership programs, or purchased any merch. I really appreciate all of you hooligans, and I wouldn't be able to do any of this if it wasn't for you. So thank you so much for all your support, and I'll see you on the next live. Until then, stand tall, shine bright, and that's a wrap.